redefine red lines. Now, what is it? Jess Gordon, he said, well, red lines also mean that there's no red line in keeping exclusives. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's going to find a way, bro. Like, I don't know why these guys do it to themselves, man. Like, these guys, you know, it's not even Microsoft. You can't even blame Microsoft. Because there's only so many other ways you can do it. There's no other way you can inform these dudes.
Yep.
Like, there's just no other way, bro. This is just crazy.
It's actually sad, man. Like seeing them go out that way. That shit crazy. Like, go out with some dignity, man. Come on.
Oh man.
Phil said what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not hiding it. Satya said what he said. They meant it.
Yep.
They don't care about you no more.
Yep.
Like, the Xbox fan base on the console, it's not that significant. Like, I just need to stop.
Did you see those
Just enjoy Game Pass. See the what?
Yeah.
See what? See what?
Did you see those Capcom numbers?
I saw that, but I can't validate that. And I asked Zuby where he got that from. He didn't send me the link, which usually tells me okay.
Okay.
You know, because I saw that, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I saw that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I saw that. I saw like the huge,
for game.
I saw the huge disparity. So I did hear it. You saw it. So I asked him, hey, where you got those things? But like he wouldn't provide the source. I'm like, wait a minute. So I gotta be careful.
Yeah. To be fair though, even if you dismiss what was shown out there, we get NPD and UK numbers every month. They parrot exactly that. The Xbox guys just don't buy
the reason why I asked is because the PC numbers were low. And Capcom said themselves to the investors that they saw huge growth in the PC market. And they officially said PC is their number one selling platform. They said that. So that's why I'm like a little confused. I'm like, all right, I got to see where this is coming from, you know, because, you know, women lie, you know, men lie, numbers don't lie, but men can lie about the numbers.
Well, that's true.
And, you know, and they could reshuffle the deck in their favor. So that's the reason why I looked at them like, wait a minute, but Capcom said PC is their number one selling platform, you know? So I was just interested. That's why I didn't run with it. I'm like, I'm going to leave that one alone. I don't know about that one.
I hear you.
And I tried to find it. I couldn't find it, whatever. So I'm like, it's not even worth it. But what's going on, my brother?
Can't complain, man. About to start doing a little traveling here for the rest of the week. But other than that, I got my PlayStation Portal gonna be with me. And
it does cloud stream. It's about to do cloud streaming. Snap.
Shout out to PlayStation. You can stream, so you don't have to actually own a PlayStation PS5.
Don't go there. Don't say that. Don't say that. We're not. Say you gotta own a PlayStation.
I'm just saying.
I know.
But to be fair,
don't go down that road, bro. That's a dark road.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I don't care anymore. Because our arch nemesis Xbox is out of there. They don't count anymore. Their console is done. They out. So we the Lone Rangers on top. It don't matter.
No, we can't do that. You gotta buy that console. That cloud streaming. In fact, cloud streaming sucks ass. Don't use it.
But that's the whole point, right?
It's trash.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
All right, here you go. All right, yo, Craig, you around? You up, old man? Yeah,
I'm up.
What's going on?
I'm doing
all
right.
You drinking some Kentucky bourbons?
Kentucky bourbon.
No,
booking his flight. He's booking his flight to the Dominican Republic. Passport, bro. Which would you prefer, Dominican Republic or the Philippines?
Me? When I leave again, it'll be to the Philippines.
Oh,
that won't
shit.
be till next year.
Oh, you leaving like gone? Like out? You moving? You're gone?
No, I'm just gonna visit. I've always wanted to visit the Philippines.
Don't go to Thailand.
I'm a big,
you might get
big history buff, and I'm a big fan.
Really?
I want to go.
We doing lady boys here?
He's in the Army, so he knew what I was talking about. That you spent some time in Thailand.
Not like that. Don't do that.
Thailand about a decade ago.
They say you better watch it. They're gonna catch you out there. Oh shit! All right.
With my camera, ain't doing nothing bad.
All right. You gonna post videos on YouTube channel? Walking the nightlife in the Philippines.
Yeah, I need to get a better phone.
You should take a class in Filipino knife fighting.
Oh,
shit is crazy.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, it is crazy. I've seen.
You'll come back. You'll come back like like fucking like Jason Bourne.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Fucking people up. Filipino knife fighting is no joke, bro. That shit's a whole different world. I'm like, what the fuck? They'll fuck you up. All right,
boxing is good too.
I don't know. I'll take I mean, I love boxing, but I'll take Filipino knife fighting any day. It seems more realistic.
Cool.
One little knife, oh man, oh done.
That's true.
Out. It's crazy.
Death by 1,000.
But they have a lot. But they have a lot of scars on their forearms, boy. I'll tell you what, they're not playing. All right, good to see you, my brother. All right, we got the judge.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? What's good with y'all?
Oh shit, my man he came in with the voice. What's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm good. It's different because I'm traveling, so I took my tablet and I got my phone. I'm on my iPhone right now, but that's why my voice probably sound different.
All right. Okay, all right, good, man. How's everything with you, my brother?
I don't know. Hopefully, man, we don't got you know what? I'm gonna keep it PG-13. I don't got anybody on my job this weekend.
Oh, shit, my man still mad about the chat. He said, I got my PS5 Pro. Oh, man, don't set him off, chat. My man will come for you. He'll come for you the whole podcast. He ain't letting that shit go. Oh, shit, what's going on? All right, my brother, man, it's good to see you. And then, we got the truth here. We got the truth over here. Oh, shit. Oh,
yeah, you ain't forgot about, bro. But ain't been nothing that...
He got something to say. I know you got something to say. We about to...
I mean, there's something that's actually interesting going on.
Okay. All right. What? My other podcast is not interesting? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm talking about in the gaming community.
I'm hurt. I can't be hurt. That's even hurt. I'm hurt.
Nah,
there is some interesting. Community. Yeah, there is some interesting stuff. All right, okay, all right, man. Yeah, we got a nice good house. I try to get D-Batch, man. I apologize because I mentioned it last minute. I try to get the tech guy up in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's probably peddling Game Pass codes on the street and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, he actually, I follow him on other account. He actually is doing I mean, it's silly to keep talking to people like he said on Crossfire. It's stupid to keep talking to people that have an agenda. And
absolutely.
Gaming said the same thing about a month ago. It's stupid to keep having conversations with people who are just being intellectually dishonest. So this
absolutely,
hopefully
right?
He decides to move off of it and move on.
All right. Okay. All right, man. Hey, truly appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you so much. I think we're gonna have a good time, right? To the chat, shout out to the chat. Hit the like button. Thank you so much for coming through. We're gonna have a good time. Got some good topics. All right, we got Sever Evans right there, new member. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much for rocking. And then we got Glassdoor Gamer with a $5 super chat. What's with all the Xbox pretending to be PC gamers now? They lost the console war and are coping now. Move on, you jilted lovers. That's just what it is, bro. And some of them they're not even committing to PC. They're saying they're PC, but they're still playing their Xbox. Which, hey, listen, I'm not saying to play wherever you want. That's your money, your whatever. But it just doesn't make sense what you guys are doing. It's just weird, right? They hide behind PC when it's convenient. It's just...
Nah, it makes sense because everything at Xbox, you know what I'm saying? So they can fight on different battlefronts now.
Technically, you can hide behind the PS5 Pro and say that's an Xbox. Listen.
Nah,
PS5 Pro is your
always
Xbox.
Be the enemy.
So everything else is an Xbox. Everything else is the Xbox. Everything but PlayStation 5 Pro. That's what I would do as an Xbox guy. I'll buy a PS5 Pro and be like, yo, I got my Xbox mid-gen refresh because Microsoft said so. I mean, that's what I don't know. That's what I would do. All right. But anyway, thank you so much, Glassdoor. And then we got Frank Mancini. Thank you for the super chat. He just wants to give a shout out to everybody. He says, "Hey everyone, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? All right. Thank you so much. Let me play this little video real quick of the Game Awards right here. We got the nominations, right? Yeah. Game Award nominations comes out. Everybody, just check this video out. Shout out to Overdone.
So there you have it. Those are your nominees for Game of the Year. Yes, that means you'll hear the Game Awards Orchestra conducted by Lord Bell. have.
Well, apparently, PC community and PC fanboys and Xbox fanboys aren't happy.
Oh my.
Apparently, hey, listen, this is not me. Apparently, they expected Hellblade 2 and Space Marine 2 to be part of the nomination. They didn't like the results. That's what they're saying. Wow. Space Marine 2 should have been up there. Hellblade 2 should have been up there. Listen, I don't make the rules. It's not my award show. I didn't nominate it. I don't get a say. I'm just saying they're pretty upset, But as you can see, let me put it back up there. We got Astrobot with a nomination. Balatro.
Yeah, Balatro.
Okay, that has a nomination. Black Myth Wukong. People are saying that is one of the. I think this is the first time the Game Awards gave a nomination to a game, even though one has nothing to do with the other. But interesting statistic is that this game is below 80. I think it's like 79, 78 on Metacritic, and it has a nomination. So they say this is a
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, so this
whatever Stellar Blade is.
So Stellar Blade's higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stellar Blade's actually pretty high, right? I think it's pretty good.
I thought that Open Critic they were the same.
Yeah,
but okay.
But cool. Yeah, but the same for Metacritic. This is the first time a game with Metacritic below 80 gets a Game Award nomination since the awards have come out. Elden Ring: Shadow of Erdtree, a DLC, got a nomination. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor ReFantasio with a nomination. All right, so let's go down. Let's start with J-Dub. What are your thoughts on this group of nominees? Do you think they got it right? Would you change a couple of things? What's going on? What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. I think they nailed it. I think they have variety up there. Of course, for those games can be played on your PS5, and but it is what it is. I think it's great. We got Astrobot, of course. That was there. Black Myth Wukong, that's PlayStation exclusive. Final Fantasy Rebirth is PlayStation exclusive. Elden Ring is a Sony first party IP now.
Relax. Relax, man.
He wasted no time. He said he wasted no time. He said we got 2 first party titles. He wasted no time. He's like, with no time.
I think it's a good group. Listen, only one can win, so it kind of don't matter. One thing I will say, and I find this to be very interesting. I'm glad I took that off of Twitter, but apparently Sony has had for a 10-year streak ever since the Game Awards was announced.
Well, not
Sony
since announced. 2015. I think it's 2015.
Yeah, because they had
since 2015.
Yeah, since 2015. They're on a 10-year streak.
Yeah, well, every single year since 2013. That's it, 11 years.
24, 2014. Because there was a year Sony didn't have. There was a year Sony didn't have a nom.
No,
so that's
they always had a nom.
Every single year.
Yeah, every single year they had a nom.
Hold on, let me because I got.
Yeah. Okay. So for 10 years, right? For 10 years. Let's
No. 2014. 2014 they didn't have a nom.
Okay, so they had one in 2013.
So 2013.
So that's 10 years. That's 10 years.
2014 they skipped, but starting 2015 there was a nom. Now, if you want to talk about first party or exclusive, because those are 2 different categories.
First party.
Okay, so if we're talking first party, then technically no, because 2019 was Death Stranding.
Yeah, but that was first party, and Sony just sold it to Kojima this year, right? So I mean, technically,
so
that's still that was a first party at the time.
Because if you look at the game,
I wouldn't take that as first party.
Yeah, not if because the reason why it's like this.
I mean that's second.
Okay, so it was.
I said best case scenario. That is second.
It was. It's 2019.
If you look at the games, let's put it this way. So 2013, you had The Last of Us. 2014, no nominations. 2015, Bloodborne. 2016, Uncharted 4.
Uncharted. Yep.
2017, Horizon. 2018, 2 games. God of War and Spider-Man. 2019 is Death Stranding. So You know, see, that's why I said that. It's kind of I don't really count that as compared to the others. Then 2020, you have The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. 2021 is Ratchet and Clank. 2022, God of War and Horizon. 2023 Spider-Man and 2024 Astrobot. So you see why I say like Death Stranding is kind of like the outlier.
Well, let me ask you this, right? Is that something new that has just been created because of the discourse on Twitter and stuff?
What?
That if you have a game that is your IP and you publish it, but it's still not your game, is that has to be something new?
Not really.
I mean, it's owned by Sony. I get that, but
not anymore.
I'm with Porter Rock where he was saying like that's still not really first party. Like you still can if you want to. I mean, because there's no real rules to this. Let's be honest.
So hear me out. The only reason I say it is because Sony gave Kojima the Decima engine. They gave him the money to make the game. They literally legally owned that IP. It was theirs. And they actually put the money and published the game. So everything, all of the above. The only thing that wasn't theirs is Kojima himself.
And I think, right? But I think that's what makes the difference, right? Because remember, under the conditions, Kojima had nothing. Kojima had nothing but his own talent and his own vision, right?
Yes.
So of course Sony jumped on that. They're like, hey, you know what?
Yes.
We'll give you all the tools to make what you want, right? But I'm pretty sure. I ain't gonna say I'm pretty sure. I think it's obvious now. He's like, cool, but under one condition. This will ultimately remain with me. This is my shit. But since you're helping me out, you'll get publishing. You'll get some time exclusive deal. You make some money. You get first dibs. But make no mistake, my intention is to be a multi-plat developer. And they're probably like, all right, that's the deal, you know? And that's why I don't see it as the same, because I think this was all arranged from the get-go. Like Death Stranding ultimately being his game and no longer theirs, I think that was all part of the plan from the get-go.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't think he revolted. I don't think he revolted in 2024 saying, I demand my game back. I think there was always...
No.
Remember, this game was on PC Game Pass.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
If you read the report, they say that Sony sold
Sony sold that back.
The rights to that. They sold it. So if they sold something, if I own something and I sell it to Porter Rock later, but at that time it was mine, right?
But Porter Rock
that's why the question is this something new or is this something that has always been the case? And what other scenario is there?
Well, but here's the problem. Like, look at the other games, right? I would say the only other game that might be close to that representation is Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne,
you make a perfect point, but it's Sony's. It's Sony. They own the IP. They did the Sony, the publishing of that.
But people act like. But people act like with Bloodborne, there's a little bit of a difference. Yes, From Software was they created it, but Japan developed it, but Japan Studios was the management team over it. So like it was still a collaboration. Like Sony's first party had a lot to do with that. It wasn't just From Software and Sony just giving them the money and letting them do what they do. Japan Studios was completely a part of that. People don't. They always take that. Go ahead, Greg.
I mean, I don't. Well, no, I'm just saying that's just kind of. I mean, this is a silly argument. Yes, Sony owned the IP Death Stranding. They let Kojima make his game, and Kojima sounds like they put a poison pill in that reverted everything back to him in 5 years. That actually makes perfect sense. I would want, if I create something, even though I made it for your platform, I would like to get intellectual property control. And half a decade is a long time. You had it for under your flagship half a decade. And just like with DO or OD, whatever they're calling it, OA, that's Kojima will have that as well. And Death Stranding 2 now has the ability, depending on how long Sony has that contract for, Kojima will have to go out and find another publisher. He seems to like 505 to put it elsewhere. It's his game. So Sony may have a 6-month thing on Death Stranding 2. They may have 2 years. I don't know.
I think it's gonna
ultimately,
be a year.
Kojima that is now Kojima owns the Death Stranding, and he should. And I'm glad he was able to get all that crap that happened that was at Konami. And Sony did let him use Decima, and Kojima almost made a VR game, but that was his initial thing once he saw VR and then Decima, but he went with Death Stranding. I think I still don't understand what happened in Death Stranding. Like I don't get it, but it was fun to play. That's all I can really say.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what happened.
Listen, we can
Jay,
have a long conversation.
I'm about to say, I'll end on this. Sony pretty much always has kind of been this in gaming, because if you remember, they saved Square Enix from their downfall. You know what I'm saying? They've done that several times, but a long time ago they say, and they gave the rights back to Square Enix, and you know what I mean, like actually. With the thing, so they sold them back their company. So like Sony has this, while big evil corporation, they know how to keep their partnerships at a all-time high. So, like Porter Rock said, it probably was like a deal in place from the very beginning where there was like, hey, look, once you make a certain amount of money, we'll sell you the game back at, this price. And finally, Kojima had enough money to get it back at this price. So, is it Sony? Yes. But is it Sony first party? No, I'm never going to consider that Sony first party. Bloodborne is a little bit different because Sony first party had a lot to do with the development of the actual game. That's how I would see it. But you can do whatever you want. We act like there's like legit rules to this.
Yeah, it's not.
There's nothing when we're talking about it.
The only thing we can say though, I can say this: Sony knows how to pick some games. I can tell you that. Much.
They did the same thing with Stellar Blade. They gave that studio money to help make that game. They gave them the first party treatment, and Sony
then they sold it back,
self-publish it. And they never really owned it. They just gave them the money to get started up, and got the game out. Then they went to a Korean version of an IPO, and now they're fine. That still is Shift Up's IP. This Sony got, because Sony gave them their startup money. It gave them some money to help them.
Yeah.
Sony got publishing rights. It's the same thing they did with Kojima. Sony gave Kojima the money to help get everything going, which was fine. Sony got publishing rights. So it's a win-win situation for all, because there's less risk. If you have a major company backing you, you're trying to get something started. They did the same with Hello Games, No Man's Sky. They backed that, and helped get that going. That Sony, they do this all the time. This is
kind of like their
DNA. Yeah, it's their MO, it's in their DNA, and they'd rather get the IP out and just be connected to something successful. They're doing the same thing in the movies with Spider-Man. Marvel produces Spider-Man. The movies. Marvel is producing them. Kevin Feige is producing. Sony's not producing those movies. So, and Sony understands that as long as they have Kevin Feige attached to it, it's going to win, because Marvel wins. So, and they do it all the time. It's just, I don't disagree that some of the games that I guess didn't get nominated, but I don't watch the gaming awards anymore. The only game I'm really interested in seeing is Exodus, and that's because we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary. And Matthew McConaughey, if you follow him, he's been updating Exodus as well. But yeah, I'm expecting Square Enix to announce Final Fantasy, the remaster going to Xbox finally. They're teasing that. So that's what I think the major announcement is. Yeah, Exodus. That was shown on a PlayStation dev kit. It went by so fast in the fine print. That was on a dev kit, so it wouldn't shock me if Sony is in on that as well. So same thing. They don't own the studio. They don't own it, but maybe they gave them some capital to get started. So Microsoft did the same thing with Cuphead as well. They did the same thing.
All right. Let's go back. Let's get back on track. All right. So anything else, J-Dub? You wouldn't change the list? You don't think any game got snubbed? You wouldn't trade out one game for another? Hello?
They got him.
Hello?
They got him.
Oh, man, they got him.
They busted in on it like he's the white man Freddy and got him.
They said, hell nah, you ain't changing shit. All right, Craig, we'll go with you, Craig, all right? So nominees, we got Astro Bot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. Oh, J-Dub's back.
I'm not. Yeah.
So
Yeah, he bad.
I got a call that told me because of NDA I can't talk
Oh.
about the subject.
Oh man, he got NDA. He says you can't say.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
so we got to end that topic.
Jeff Keely's like J Dub. He's like Jay, my brother. You can't talk about this,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you can't.
You're part of the Illuminati. Oh shit. All right, Craig. What do you think about these choices? You know,
I haven't played any of those games, so I certainly hope that. I haven't.
What the fuck? Because you keep playing goddamn Mass Effect, bro. Put that bullshit down.
I know why. I played Final
play
Fantasy
Mass
VII
Effect.
Rebirth for about 30 minutes, and Rebirth, you can just tell when that game is starting, the way it opens. It's going to be a special experience. But I don't watch the gaming awards anymore. I just don't. When that game's the shadows die twice, when it won, I'm like, how are the shadows gonna die twice? You can't kill it the first time it came back. It's some kid. It's some kid. You know, so I didn't even
call them joints Craigisms, bro. Craigisms.
This guy, all right, Craigism.
I didn't know. And so I wish them all.
He like the drunk uncle of the family, bro. Craig's like literally the drunk uncle in that Kentucky Bourbon.
How the shadows die twice?
You can't kill it the first time.
Yeah, like Dying Light. Why didn't y'all kill the light the first time? You suck. So you got to die again. But at the end of the day,
wow.
At the end of the day, all those games I'm sure are deserving. And I certainly wish, and you can see what he's doing. He has an eclectic group there so that everybody feels included. And I wish nothing but the best of luck to those developers. And hopefully it's a good show. That's all I can really say. I'm not gonna watch it. So whoever wins. And I'll literally sit down and wait for my phone to beep on what trailers that they show. So I'm only interested in one trailer. So, I don't think we'll see Grand Theft Auto. I think we will get the Square Enix announcement for Final Fantasy going to Xbox. But for me, the only game I really care about is Exodus. And that's because it's made by, guess who? Mass Effect developers. So I'm waiting for that to come out.
All right. Let me read up some super chats. We'll start out with Gordo P23. He said, PS dominating Xbox at Game Awards. 5 new PS VR games announced with dates. PS Portal getting cloud support. 2 new 8K games on Pro. Now rumors of a new acquisition. Sony need to chill. They doing too much. Oh, shit. Oh, and of course, we got Jimmy Harrison. What's going on, my brother? Jimmy. He said, good to see you, brothers. Good to see you, man. Thank you for rocking out. All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we got Stuart.
Jimmy.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Stuart Stokes. $5 super chat. He says, oh no, it's Alex has an issue with Final Fantasy Rebirth being a remake nominated for Game of the Year, but has Persona 3 remake in his Game of the Year list. Wonder what the difference is. No, I'm not. You know what? Oh boy! Come on! We're not even.
We don't care. We don't care.
You know, Stuart. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You already knew the answer before you asked that question. Shout out to Stuart. And then Frank Mancini. Shout out. He has a question. He goes, "How does the list work? Who vote games in?" Okay, I can answer that real quick. All right. So the way the Game Awards work, you have a huge panel of judges, right? So the way it works, Jeff Keighley gets these panel of judges from the game industry. So they're also journalists, other developers, people from within the company. He has all these panels, whatever, right? They are told, hey, pick your, depending on the category or quantity, depending on what it is, he might say, hey, pick your 6 games you think should be Game of the Year. So each individual will nominate their 6, right? Let's say there's like 100 individuals, right? Doesn't matter. He doesn't tell them. The only requirement he tells them that the game they pick has to be no earlier than, let's say, December 1st last year and no later than November 9th this year, whatever the range is. Any game that came out between that time frame, just pick it. Doesn't matter what it is, just pick it, all right? So each judge will pick 6 games, Once they put in those 6, right, they will find out which is the most 6, how would you say, reoccurring? Or the 6 highest that was most mentioned out of everybody, right? And then that's how you get this initial list, right? So that's how you got this initial list. So these 6 were the most 6 frequently mentioned among 100 judges or whatever, right? They probably pick other games. Some of them probably picked Stellar Blade. Some probably picked fucking what's that game? Fucking the multiplayer game that J-Dub that you and Craig be playing. Helldivers. So yeah. So those games were on the list, right? What other games came out? Silent Hill also came out this year and stuff. Think of all the games that came out this year. I'm pretty sure some of the judges picked those games. But once they tabulated every single game that was mentioned, these were the 6 most mentioned games, right? So now what they're going to do on the next stage, they're going to tell those same judges, hey, these are the 6 most mentioned games among all of you. Now, out of these 6, pick the one you think is the game of the year. And then that's what they do. If that makes sense. Did it make sense? Make sense, everybody?
Yep.
That's how it is, okay? Now, so that's why Xbox are confused about that. They keep saying, oh, but nobody picked Forza. No, I guarantee
they're not
last
confused.
year,
They're not confused.
I guarantee, no, they're confused. But I guarantee among the judges, some of them did pick Forza as part of their 6 choices. But once they tabulated it, Forza didn't get enough to make the top 6 or the top 7 or the top 8. It just didn't get enough vote to get in that category. It was probably recommended by a few, but not enough. You just didn't get enough votes, and that's why he was trying to tell them. It qualified. You just didn't get enough mentions to qualify for the top 8. Yeah.
Trust me, it was one. It was one.
It was just one person. It was Cole.
It was just one person.
It was Cole Eastwood. Yeah. He's on the panel.
Exactly.
He was the only one. Satya Nadella, whole slate. He says, "Thank you, Giants. Thank you, Giants. You better be talking about the San Francisco Giants because I know you ain't slandering New York Giants. There'll be no New York Giants slander in this podcast. Show some mercy. Listen,
said I am.
As a Commanders fan, we can't even be the Redskins no more. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you ain't got to worry about the Giants. You got to worry about Philly. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, they whooped us.
We got our own problems, all right? We finally mentioned that anyway. You know what? We're not doing this. Y'all gotta give me a heart attack.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta give me a heart attack. All right. Bobo Country. Thank you for the super chat. Says PS Plus Premium Portal Stream is live in Japan. Game of the Year DLC is crazy. Like 2022, they bend the rules for FromSoft. Most judges are PC gamers. Remember how he says a conspiracy.
Say it wins. Is it that big a deal? If that game wins, is it that big a deal?
I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll start. We'll go with the truth. The truth. What's going on, my brother? You see the choices. What do you think about these choices?
I mean, I understand the people. I made a whole video because again, it's not much interest in. I just made a video because the crying about the choices is stupid. One of the reasons I wanted to come on here, but I think the list outside of the Elden Ring DLC thing, if you have a problem with the Elden Ring DLC, then to me that's understandable. Granted, I think these are more of an expansion than the DLC. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a clothing pack for Fortnite or something. So, but if you have a problem with that, I understand. Everything else, though, these are like the most prominent games that most people talk about. We've never really seen a multiplayer really make it into the game of the year conversation. It's not that they
Overwatch, remember? Overwatch won.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it wasn't none. I just said you never really, what I'm saying? It's not like a common occurrence, Tekken 8 being amazing, but, highly unlikely for it to come in there. So with that being the case, it's going to be a bunch of, mainly it's most likely going to be single player games. They're going one spot is always going to be indie, for those that are not catching this, that's where Belantro comes in. And Belantro is the most prominent indie for this year. So
That's what Stray is. What Stray is.
I beat Rebirth. Final Fantasy is still my favorite game, the original Final Fantasy 7. And so I beat Rebirth, and the story is different enough. Like there's a lot of different beats, but the game is just drastically different enough. The story has enough changes that it's pretty much a new game. It's legit. It's legit a different game. Like for me, you know what I mean? Like I'm not spoiling it, but I can't stand the end of the story, the second game.
It's not over yet. Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I have a huge issue with a lot of some story beats being a super fan of the first, original game. So that's how it's like, okay, it's not the same thing. So to me, it's like if you're crying about Final Fantasy Rebirth, you didn't play it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are running around going, "Oh, I didn't play these games. I didn't play it." So what? Like, we all don't play a lot of different games. The whole thing, I just wanted to say this real quick. The whole thing of this whole, like, well, is it supposed to be an award show, or is it supposed to, and this has been said year in and year out. Like, if you want a show that's just letting the developers talk for 25, 30 minutes, go watch with some joystick awards and the golden something. None of y'all watch that. So please shut the F up. Like, it was so agitating. I'm so tired of hearing that. Oh, they don't they just be skimming over the awards because you don't care. You know what I mean? Most people are tuning in to see the new trailers. For me, I like the music. I like the little music presentations. Other people probably don't care, but I like the little music concerts for the different games and stuff. This is for everybody. This is more than the crumb side. This is more than the hardcore gamer. This is for, and we know this because it's the most watched thing amongst gamers in totality. So, you know what I mean? Like, all the people that are there are not there for just your little hardcore fix, or and most of the people
you could
don't
say
want to
this is the most casual award show.
It's exactly what it is.
It's like an epitome of casual. This is as casual as it gets.
Yes, you know what I mean, and I guess because people use it as a fanboy war thing. Everybody's like, oh, so it's just a fanboy war thing. Everybody uses anything for fanboy war, and so like, get over yourself. You know what I mean? But the reason why I guess you could say the game of the year holds so much. Who?
Is that a subliminal?
No, no. I'm just saying, like, because people are like, well, why do people put so much weight on the Game Awards? I said, because usually the casuals are all like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, you know how many people like Metaphor, Retop, whatever the Persona Kingdom game is, that's our casuals. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's just like, man, people get over it. The awards are fine. I mean, I don't care either or way. I beat, maybe 2 or 3 games on the list. I own the poker game, Belantro. I haven't played it yet, but I bought it because I heard a lot of good things about it. So that's it.
Okay. The judge.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the truth on this one. As far as with all the games being up there, even though I don't know what that card game is, I don't understand why a DLC is up there. I mean, unless I can play the DLC, unless the DLC was a standalone game, whereas you don't need the original game to play, then to me it really shouldn't be up there. Helldivers or Stellar Blade or any other game could be up there, honestly. But other than that, it's I can't really add any more than what everybody else had actually. Mainly what the truth has said. I mean, his sentiments were spot on. That's it for me. I don't think that Outer Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree should be up there at all.
Interesting. Okay. All right. And of course, we got Extreme, my brother from Down Under. What's going on, my brother?
Hey man, I just made it on. How are you guys?
Yes, you did. Doing good. Yeah, so we're talking about the Game Awards, the nominations for Game of the Year. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Ray Fantasio. So what is your thoughts about this?
Absolute travesty.
What do you think of? Ooh,
absolute travesty.
Ooh, spicy. See?
Listen, man.
Yeah,
we getting spicy. Listen. This is absolutely bullshit. It's called the Game of the Year, okay? I don't give a fuck if it's bigger than every other game combined in the history of gaming, okay? I don't care. If it's DLC, it's fucking DLC, okay? Create a category separate for remasters, remakes, and DLCs. Give them the time of the day. You know how they have those awards for like the best esports teams or the best esports? Like, nobody gives a fuck about those awards. We don't know who these people are. Get rid of those shits and then put the remasters and remakes in their own categories. Like, what the fuck are you doing? No one has ever known. I've never seen a single person who knows what these esports like events are about. They're like esports coach.
Man.
What the fuck knows?
And it's the same teams.
Esports.
What's the game
No
they keep
idea
playing?
who these people are.
I don't even know who the fuck.
No idea who these people are. So you have space clearly in your award that you could get rid of, okay? Or you could just make it an email. Like if you're gonna keep like the best esports, whatever, make that part an email, and then create the remasters and remakes. Remember when remasters and remakes were first coming out, and people were like, "Oh, they can't be their own award because there's not enough of them every year." Clearly, that was wrong. So now that we know what's
that was
up,
a bad
and
choice.
Listen,
that one backfired.
If now that we know that these remasters and remakes are here to stay, and yes, they will be there in the next generation, we all know this, we all understand this. This isn't going away. This will never go away. Create their own separate categories, and if you have to like mash them together in order to create enough, good. Put remasters, remakes, expanded content.
Yeah.
That can cover DLCs, that can cover new seasons, that can just be any addition to the game. It's a separate thing. I haven't seen a single person happy about this. Okay? So, second of all, fucking Metaphor ReFantasio. Are you serious? As a Game of the Year contender? The ugliest, most technically inept game we have seen in the last 10 years? This shit looks worse than PS3 games. Like, are you fucking serious? This game, first of all, can we just say that the gaming media has no backbone whatsoever? When a remaster or remake comes out, that is like, okay, let's take the Horizon Zero Dawn remake just as an example. An example, guys, okay? It is one of the most technically beautiful games. It improves on an already beautiful game, and people are like, you know, it went from a beautiful game to a really beautiful game. Was it really necessary? Was it? Was it necessary? I don't think so. Me in my high air, I just think that, you know, it was beautiful enough the first time. It really wasn't necessary. But then you have one of the ugliest games ever released. This thing has no anti-aliasing. Like,
yep.
Yo, it has no anti-aliasing. It doesn't have big areas. It has loading screens galore, which Starfield was killed for. You guys have me fucking defending Starfield. But Starfield looks good by comparison to Metaphor. Oh, first of all, anything looks good by comparison to Metaphor. But second of all, Starfield was crucified for the loading screens. Are you serious? Metaphor, it just goes, everything is a loading screen too. It's the same era, the same technology. They are both lazy fucking developers, and you're giving them a game. You know what? Starfish should have gotten Game of the Year. It should have gotten Game of the Year. The fuck?
That's true.
He said, "Fuck it."
Yo, fuck this Game Awards. Fuck this game media.
Wow.
They are so fucking inconsistent. If one game has lots of loading screens, okay, beautiful empty vistas, okay, and then the other one is full of invisible walls, lots of loading screens, ugly ass fucking shit, maybe you should treat them the same. You know, maybe you should be fucking consistent about what matters. You know, and then people will be like, well, Emmanuel, graphics don't matter. It's about the gameplay. Oh my God. Can we just talk about the fact that, listen, we all play through Persona 5. We all know what JRPGs are, which is basically, we're going to create a really boring fucking map, okay? And instead of having 10 monsters for you to fight, we'll have 120. So that most of your gameplay is just going through the same, like, bullshit porn enemies, okay? Because you're just getting into fight after fight after fight. Because you see one fucking hallway, and from one hallway to another, there's 20 fucking monsters for you to fight. And you know what most people end up doing? You fucking losers. You know what you all end up doing? You all end up running past them. If the gameplay was so good, why would you go run past them? Because you know it's fucking tedious. It's tedious as fuck. In Persona 5, it was so bad that they even built into the game design. You could hide from the monsters because they know you would rather sit there and wait for the monster to go by. They end up in another fight that is the same as the other fight. That is grindy as fuck because none of them give you enough experience. You know how I know this and why I realize this even more? I was just playing Ni no Kuni, right? The first one, the original. Remasters on PlayStation 4 looks way better than Metaphor. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm playing this game and I'm fighting these monsters and I'm like, why are there 17 of these things on my way? Like, why am I here again? All I do is hit your buttons. But the thing is, Metaphor is so fucking cowardly, and they know the game design isn't good because there's an auto button. People are like, oh my god, it's such a great gameplay, and then they hit the fucking auto button, and then let it play itself.
I found weird. I'm like, auto button.
Oh my god! And then people will be like, oh, it has great gameplay. It has great gameplay. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't. Its gameplay is so ass that it gave you an auto button so you wouldn't have to play the game. And then they're like, oh, Sony likes movie games. You know what Horizon doesn't do? She doesn't have an auto button. I have to fire every single one of those hours. I have to do every single one of those dodges. Elden Ring doesn't have an auto button. Huh? Every single one of those rolls that you do, dodge and roll, swing, dodge and roll, swing, at least all of those are manually done. Metaphor is a garbage game, okay? It's worse than Starfield. My goodness, are you fucking serious? Hey, you know what? Fuck everything I ever said about Starfield. It's fucking great. And you know what? I wish we got more Starfield. Instead of this, like, loser-ass crap that people are like, oh, it has a great art style. Yes, it has a great art style. Wonderful art style. I love the art style. Do you know what I love more? If the art style was backed up by any technologically, acute or good or superior product. That's what I would like, Because if you have PS3 era graphics and PS3 era gameplay, maybe you don't need that many loading screens. Maybe you could work on level design. Maybe a person could jump down without you having to press X. And people will be like, oh, no, you just don't know what it's like. You haven't played it. I played Persona 5. It's the same game. It's the same fucking game. Y'all are losers for thinking this game is good. Fuck each and every single one of you. Fuck this Game Awards. Fuck this thing. DLC shouldn't be in the Game of the Year conversation ever. Okay? You know what should have been up there instead? Fucking Hellblade 2.
Bro.
Fucking Hellblade 2. At least it's a game. Do you know what makes it a game? It doesn't have a fucking auto button. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so
this guy said, fuck your bitch and the click you claim website.
Yeah, on mothers.
Yo, I'm saying, my beef, F you. Biggie Smalls, F you too. Yo, he went Tupac on Atlas.
Yo, I'll say this. You know what I'm saying? While I'm all in agreement with the DLC, you know what I'm saying? Emmanuel was the person I was saying shut the fuck up to. Real talk. Like, because just on a simple note, is like the Game Awards is not for the core gamer, the most casual show, and the game of the year and the Game Awards has nothing to do with gameplay, technology, graphics, none of that. It's a popularity contest.
No. Hear what you just said. The Game of the Year has nothing to do with gameplay, graphics, or technology. Is it a fucking book award? What are we supposed to be?
It is a popular.
You literally took everything that makes a game a fucking game.
I'm not going to do the yelling back and forth. You spoke.
Okay,
I
fine.
didn't interrupt.
I'll do the yelling back. Okay,
so
and I'll do the yelling forth.
Bottom line,
right?
the bottom line is it's a popularity contest for casuals, not for you, for casuals. And casuals think that all this stuff is cool.
Which casual is playing Metaphor with Fantasia?
A bunch of people. You don't watch them.
All
you gotta do is go on YouTube and go Metaphor playthrough, and you'll see a bunch of casuals on there playing it. You don't go look for that stuff, E. I know you don't. So stop trying to act like you search the internet and going, you don't watch this. You don't care about that stuff. Yes.
But
there's a bunch.
I ain't gonna say only, but Metaphor
right now,
1 million copies. That's not a lot of copies for like the casual audience.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the point. Those are a bunch of casuals. Nobody, like, I don't care about Persona. I played Persona 5. I beat it. I think Persona's trash. Like, it takes 6 hours to get through the tutorial. And I heard it's the same thing for Metaphor. And I was like, that's dead for me because I hated that in Persona. It's like a 6-hour tutorial and it doesn't need a 6-hour tutorial. It's not that complicated. But if you go online, right? And yes, it sold a million copies, but you have to understand that's for that month. It's still been selling on a weekly basis, but it's a very popular game. I'm talking about the Game Awards are for popularity. A bunch of people, and you're talking about the journalists, a bunch of journalists, for whatever their reasons, love the game.
That I can
You know what I'm saying?
That I can say.
You got a bunch of people that love the game, but there are a bunch of people you can go straight on YouTube or Twitch and you can literally just look up playthroughs. There's a bunch of people that don't really game. Like you would not call these people casual gamers. A bunch of females. I'm not that's wrong. But you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that you know
You're not gonna
aren't
forget
real.
you just said that.
It's a bunch of people online you know not like legit gamers. Like they doing it to make money
you
or
just
whatever.
tied that to the female comment. I'm gonna cook you in a second. Keep going.
But the bottom line is they play the game.
One that I got like 0.001% females watching this channel.
Look at the
Don't try to blame that on me, bro. This is the first time I said something stupid.
He literally said a bunch of people that are non-gamers, like all of these females.
You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is you can see a bunch of people still playing it. You know what I mean? Like you'll see a bunch of people that you know. You go look at their channel. They not like legit gamers. They're not playing they playing the most popular thing that's hot. And that's what I mean. Like the journalists and the top Twitch streamers or whoever are getting the vote are playing the thing that is considered hot through the media. Like Black Myth Wukong, hot because we know China bought it for the most part. Like we're being honest. Like that's just the truth. And so. It's not like a thing of they're looking at technical and all that stuff. Like the Game Awards is a casual who's popular, who's not, or what was being talked about the most at that time. That's what
I fully disagree with this, and I'm just going to prove it to you because no. Let me just prove it to you because this guy just wants to get to the bottom line. Fucking Deathloop. Deathloop won like Game of the Year. Nobody liked Deathloop, so it's not for the casuals, and casuals didn't play Deathloop. They didn't. They didn't. I bought it. Trash game. Nothing. So it's not for the casuals. It is for this gaming media empire that is somehow so greatly misaligned with what gamers are actually playing on a day-to-day basis and what we actually care about. You just say that according to you, which is the funny thing is that that's actually the only thing you said that was true. This whole contest doesn't represent a testament to graphics, gameplay, or technology, which are every single thing that makes this medium different from a fucking script. And they don't represent that. So guess what? Fuck the awards. Fuck the gaming media. Fuck the voting panel. Fuck Jeff Keighley, with much respect. Fuck this Game Award. I won't be supporting it. Okay? You know what? Fuck it all. Okay? And guess what? It's not for the casuals. Yes, casuals watch this. It is the most watched casual show, but it doesn't even represent who the fuck played Balatro. Casuals playing a $15 to like $17. Sorry, that's Australian money, so it could be cheaper. But like, let's say it's a $10 card game, mobile. That's who was represented by Balatro. No, these people are just in a whole circle jerk. They all talk to one another, and they all get off and be like, "Oh, look, there's this game. We like it. Do you like it? I like it." That's how fucking Deathloop gets announced up there. So no, if you were talking about the year where Overwatch was like Game of the Year or for the Game of the Year contender, I agree. Casuals played a lot of Overwatch. That would be it. But we've seen enough to see that gaming media doesn't represent gamers. Also, women are real gamers, and I respect them all. And we'll just want to say that the official position of Emmanuel, okay, and the 60 Frames No Lie podcast is that females are all gamers. In fact, more females are better and stronger and smarter gamers than most men. Because for a woman to stay in gaming in this toxic ass fucking environment with people like The Truth saying that they're not real gamers, for shame. For shame. For shame. The misogyny over here is just so disgusting. And as a man, I just want to say that I am disgusted by the words that I heard. My ears need to be cleaned. They need to be filled with wax and cleaned out again, because I cannot stand the person that will spit out such a misogynist, sexist rhetoric on a podcast that is supposed to be welcoming to all types of gamers. You are all real gamers. We respect women here. We respect female empowerment. It's your body, your choice. And if you want to spend that choice playing on games, do not listen to the words of such racist, misogynist, sexist, xenophobic. Some of those might be made up, but it doesn't matter now, does it?
JW, you hired him as the
I
DEI
wanted to come back so bad. I'm gonna let that one live.
No, my man appointed Extreme as the DEI head of department. He's the diversity, equity, and inclusive director of 60 Frames No Lag. I like, oh shit, he got his bars on. But here's my question of truth, right? So popularity. So then wouldn't it have made more sense to put Helldivers as a game of the year? Because that shit was huge. Or Power World. Them two shits were bigger than Metaphor.
Yeah, I think over like Elden Ring for sure.
Right?
I think over like Elden Ring. I said
for sure. Memes on that shit.
Nah, but I agree with like DLC and stuff. So like, yeah, the DLC slot could have been there. For the people that's mad about Final Fantasy, that's sure. Those are two spots you could have put those in. Yeah, sure.
See. And I'm just saying,
I'm not
I don't know why Stellar Blaze not
Fantasy,
up there. You had dudes on change.org showing their faces defending that game. Yeah. No censorship. That was the first time I ever seen nerds actually put their face on the internet. They were not playing. Usually, they talk shit, but they don't actually mean it. No, these guys meant it.
Oh,
they were making videos. I give them respect. I mean, it's funny as fuck. I'm like, yo, you guys are crazy. But when you put your face out there and you mean what you say,
it's the same thing as you saying. It's the same thing as you saying Metaphor only sold 1 million copies. It's the same thing as you saying Metaphor only sold 1 million copies. Stellar Blade only sold 1 million plus. So
I agree, but
if you're gonna hold that same popularity thing, it's the same thing.
No, but I can add more people talked about Stellar Blade than Metaphor. Dudes literally put videos on change.org by the thousands.
Did they talk about Stellar Blade or was it a battle versus the DEI?
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade only on one platform?
And it was only on one platform. On top of that, 1 million copies on one platform.
That trash ass web Metaphor.
But we know, but it's the same thing. We know PlayStation games. I mean, PlayStation sell games.
That's what I'm saying. So Stellar Blade was talked about like a mug. Everybody wanted to, Stellar Yams.
Stellar Blade was more of a DEI, like, hey, a fight against. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The gameplay was people like talking about the gameplay, or were they talking about her body? You know what I mean? And the fact that it's not like, Last of Us 2 with the Abby. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a fight of like, this is the women we want to see than it was the gameplay. Come on, man. Let's be honest.
I'm just saying, but I don't know. I think the main thing for me.
No, I mean, but I'm not gonna disagree. Like Hellblade for sure. There's a bunch of other games that could have been in there, but he do got a good point in the sense that like, yeah, it's a media thing. But that's the point. Still a media popularity, however you want to put it. It's still a popularity thing amongst the media. There you go.
Well, that's accurate, but that's not what you said before, including the awful comments.
I literally just said I agree with you.
No, I will not. I will not accept peace from a person who disrespected half of the human population.
I don't need you to accept anything.
Disgusting.
You sound like the French.
Deplorable. Let me tell you. Exactly. You're the reason.
No, but I would say the list is all right. I mean, Final Fantasy definitely deserves to be there. Definitely probably a great game. It is definitely a great game. My only thing is just Erdtree. It's DLC. I mean, and I agree with
the DLC.
I don't know why they just give its own category, its own shine. A category for best remake and an expansion title. Easy. But I think by putting Elden Ring in that list, you took away opportunity from another new game out there to having some shine. A new title, a new IP, or just a new game in general, right? And I think if there's more and more companies start doing remakes and stuff like that, or bigger expansions, just give it its own category and it'll be fine. I guarantee if they would have had its own remake expansion category, no one will have a problem. It'll be cool. And Elden Ring could win, and everybody be like, "Yep, that's cool."
This year, it's one game. In the future years, it could be 4 of those titles that are taken up by remasters, remakes, and DLCs.
Yeah.
Like, what if there's another FromSoft DLC that people are like, oh my god, I love it. And then there's something like a beloved game like GTA San Andreas. And then it's like, okay, you're in the Game of the Year conversation. Then it's like, okay, well, we're going to do a remake of like this original Halo. and then it's like, okay, you're in the game of the year conversation, then so on and so forth. Because all of these companies are looking back and reaching back in their own history and be like, yeah, why would we start a brand new project where we have to think about the story and why people are there and the core gameplay, where we can just take something, polish it up a little bit, call it a remake, and there you go. And that is perfectly fine as long as it doesn't interfere with like the new games. This could have been another indie game, that also deserve it. Like Dave the Diver. I played Dave the Diver this year. It's phenomenal. It should have taken place of something in that list. Okay, DLC should definitely not be there. 100%. Remasters and remakes. I am the remaster and remake fan. Okay, but they should not be in the game of the year conversation.
Good point. They didn't do like fucking, the 4K Blu-ray version of Godfather and put it back in the Oscars.
You see?
Because
just because it's remastered. They'll be like, oh no, we resampled the audio. Let us come back in.
hey, you know what?
Because technically, The Last of Us 2 remake should have been in.
He said we resampled the audio. We're back in, boys. Oh my god.
But you know what though? I kind of disagree. On the DLC part, as I said earlier, I agree 100% on that. But as far as when it comes down to the remasters and remakes, I'm split there. If it's just because one, I think it begs to go to to not determine shit, to describe the difference between what a remaster is and what a remake is. And you said this a little bit earlier, P Rock. You said as far as the remake of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is so much of a different game. I mean, it's so much of a remake that it should be considered a totally different game altogether. Which, in that case, I don't have a problem with it being in the within this category. Whereas if it's a remaster like Last of Us or shit, what's the one that just came out, Horizon Zero Dawn, it should not be there. So I think that with those between remasters and remakes, there needs to be a case-by-case basis, but those two, to me, those are not interchangeable. They are not interchangeable terms.
Good point.
But the judge, we all understand it intuitively. What Final Fantasy VII did in its remakes is that it's a reimagining of the story. Like, let's face it, it's more of a sequel than it actually is. It's like an alternate dimension sequel than it actually is a remake of the original game. So we all understand that yeah, we call it remake because I guess no one thought to market a different term for it. But I don't think that there will be any confusion if a person is like, yeah, remasters and remakes don't deserve to be there, but Final Fantasy VII is a different thing altogether. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, you're being inconsistent, because we all know that the product isn't the same as the original. Whereas you take a look at Horizon Zero Dawn, and they didn't even add the fucking glider to it, did they? Nothing. The game mechanics are exactly the same. All they did was give us better motion capture, better animations, and better like technology, that underpins the game. But that's it. So that is a straight remake. So I feel like we can say, well, it's a remake because it's made for the ground up on new technology. But even then, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the semantics are. We all understand the type of project that is. That is a glow up.
That's the total opposite of what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Well, I know because I'm saying something different.
Man, you know what?
Why would I just say the same thing you're saying? That makes no sense.
Oh man, I'm done.
Because I know, because I'm saying. Oh shit!
Hurry up, man.
I'm just like, what? This is different from what you're saying.
Yo, I can't with y'all dudes, man. Yo,
just right.
Yo, y'all wilding out. Oh shit! All right, let me hit up with some super chats. Give it a second. We got Raji. He says, well, Craig left, but he says one more shout out to Craig. Called him out 2 weeks ago, but he was right. Thought I escaped Africa. Trump is the most African leader. Africans know. Oh shit.
First of all,
okay,
I would like to say that I feel hurt by the comparison. As an actual African, because it's accurate, okay, but you don't need to say
He's
it.
saying he's saying Africans know, so I guess you know.
Yeah, it's just like we don't need to say it. Like,
he said he thought he escaped Africa only to come here. He's like, man, I should have never left. All right, yo, this is wild.
Oh man,
Metro Knight, thank you for the super chat. Metro Knight says, nah, bruh, metaphor doesn't make sense. With that logic, Sparkling Zero should have been there instead.
We have so many other games that deserve it, bro. It's crazy.
All right. And we got Daly's Panty Lines. All right.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Then we got them panty lines out there. All right. He says, are Xbox going crazy about the acquisition yet? Oh, yeah. You're going to start seeing video. Listen, in a few hours, you're going to start seeing videos, right, of PlayStation fans being hypocrites. PlayStation fans now like consolidation. They're gonna mention everything PlayStation, but none of them's gonna mention how the Xbox dudes are upset over this, despite them cheering ABK. You're not gonna see anything.
I'm about to say, despite them cheering the fact that Phil said he about to acquire more. I mean, they looking to acquire more, and they was all championing that. Like, just that in itself.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see them making lists. Who should they take next? Capcom, Take-Two, Ubisoft. Nope, you're not gonna see none of that. All focus is on PlayStation. Watch. I'm just letting you know. You're going to see that Daily Panty Lines. And then we got Cal.
Did we talk about that?
Oh, we're about to. We're going to talk. No, we're going to talk about that. We haven't talked about that yet. Okay. Then we got Cal. Fight out Super J says, shout out to Xbox pulling a reverse Undertaker for Game of the Year nomination. 0 for 10. Oh, snap. All right. We're going to talk about quickly the next topic. I try to get the resident tech guy, D Batch. I don't know if he's going to show up. I mean, he's in the group chat right now, but he hasn't answered back yet. But main thing is PSSR issues. All right, so apparently PS5 Pro is having issues with certain games, primarily when they're trying to AI scale games below 1080p. Certain games that are running at 846p and all that stuff ain't running too well. Now, main thing is this: we all know. Let's be honest, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about with technology. Not in terms of technology, right? So it's not like we're gonna have the answers to the issues of that. We're not gonna cap, right? This is not the Real Deal PlayStation podcast. I'm sorry, chat. All right, we're not gonna have a whole bunch of guys that, that's gonna make up technical stuff. What I really want to talk about is this. This is what and I think this is something we can talk about is why is placing PSSR not extended the latitude to push out technology that, especially things like AI, and software technology, why are they not allowed that attitude to also be like, you know what, over time it will get better? Everyone else could get the extended latitude of, there's new technologies came out, AI, we'll start with J-Dub. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the LSS was the bee's knees when it first came out. Like, come on, when we're dealing with AI and first generation shit, you're going to have your issues, right? We've seen some wins with PSSR. There's some huge wins. There's already multiple games with upscale to 8K. Goddamn Gran Turismo 7. Fucking 8K.
Yeah.
4K 60
I was like
ray
3
tracing
games
on track.
announced today.
Yeah. Fucking goddamn No Man's Sky in 8K. Fucking Call of Duty 4K 120 at the native resolution of PlayStation's fidelity mode for 4K 60. Like, all this crazy shit. There's a lot of wins the PS5 Pro doing, but nobody sees that shit. They see a few games, and they're legit issues, but no one thinks, but you know what? This shit just came out. The console's not even a month old. PSSR is relatively new. It's AI modeling, so obviously AI learns. You coach it, train it better. What's going on here?
It's it is what it is. We know that and it's fine to me, right? Because anytime you're the leader of anything, anytime you're the leader, you're the head of everything. People are always going to be looking. They won't give you any grace on anything. It is what it is, man. People think about it with PlayStation. Everything that PlayStation does, people look forward to have a downfall. Everything they offer. Remember the PlayStation Portal? Oh, who's asking for that? Nobody wants that trash, right? It ends up doing good, and I think that's the great thing about being great and doing something. All you have to do is show them how great it is. The DualSense Edge controller, same thing. Everybody, oh man, this thing is expensive, and who's asking for that? And then it turns out to be the number one selling controller in the world. Same thing with the Portal, right? Number one selling accessory in the world. Fucking PlayStation 5 Pro. Who asked that? Who asked for that? It's $800. It's so expensive. Blah blah blah. All up and up. Then this shit's selling better than the PS4 Pro. That's what you can come to expect when it comes to PlayStation. People are going to complain. People are going to hold it to such high standards that they don't, the Xbox or the Nintendo or even PC, right? Dudes will go out and spend $2,000 on a GPU, come back to play games, having issues, the damn power pins are melting, all kind of shit, right? But guess what? They give them that luxury to give them time to fix it. Starfield, shit, they gave them time to do a patch, right? Redfall, they gave them time to patch in the 60 frames. When it comes to PlayStation, nope. They better be perfect, or else that's it. It's trash. And it is what it is, man. You know, the naysayers are the people that just hate to hate. Everybody else will wait for the patches to come. They'll wait for everything else, and for the most part, it is. But I wouldn't lose any sleep on it. This is just what we come to know and to expect. I've even seen Digital Foundry videos, right? Them comparing this to high-end PCs. Oh yeah, well this doesn't do this in this game, this particular part of the map is dropping frames, even though I'm looking at the shit, it's going from 60 to 59. But they call that, oh my God, it's just dropping frames everywhere. And I just shake my head. But it is what it is, Puerto Rock. I don't even try to dispute these things. I don't even try to care. Because at the end of the day, a great product will sell and a shitty product won't. Right? If it is what it is. If you're PlayStation, you're number one in gaming, prove the haters wrong. It is what it is. And that's just my take on it, brother.
All right. Anybody else want to tackle this subject? I know Extreme, you're into how things get updated or whatever. Why isn't PlayStation allowed the latitude improving, especially AI technology? That in itself lets you know AI will always improve. That's literally part of its strength. Is always a learning. It's language model. It's always going to adapt and learn and get better over time.
Yeah. No, listen, it's exactly what J-Dub said. For some reason, there's this double standard that PlayStation has to either be perfect, and even when they are hated for it. Like, nobody ever thought that the DualSense was going to be as massive a hit with gamers as it was. Remember, it was supposed to be a gimmick, and then when you started liking it, when you were like, oh shit, Astro's Playroom really shows the difference, people were like, oh yeah, you're just capping, And now, then they say that third-party developers are not going to support it. And the third-party developers did. They showed up in full force for this technology. And now people are always trying to pretend that it isn't what it is until it goes, to the competitors. Not just Xbox or even Switch, but when Valve creates their next controller and includes haptic feedback in there, and let's say it's a similar implementation to what it can do with regards to the DualSense, then they'll understand it. So it is just what it is. And it's unfortunate, right? Because as people that love this hobby, you should be liking what it is, because the thing is, PSSR, even in the PlayStation 5 Pro, as far as I know, in every game, it's pretty much optional. Very few games actually take away your previous PS5 options. So it's like, if it's not performing to the standard that you want, you can just fall back on the legacy modes, I guess you could call it, or the base PS5 modes. And even then, usually the PlayStation 5 Pro will boost those modes to be a little bit better performing. Like if it has dynamic resolutions, it will stay near the top. If it has, fluctuating frame rate, it will again try to max that to a log 60 target, so on and so forth. So there's really very little downside as a person who has a PlayStation 5 Pro to having PSSR built in, because if there are issues, most games will allow you to just use the default settings or the base settings, and those will still give you a better experience than the standard PS5. So it is weird, And like you were right in saying that with DLSS, like when DLSS was first announced and wasn't doing well, I think a lot of the reason that it got a lot of leeway is simply because you could just rasterize everything the way you were doing it before, while you still have more powerful cards than the previous generation. So it's like, if it doesn't work well, you just go back to what you're used to. You change your settings, you move up and down, and then eventually you get to a stable frame rate that you're happy with. And so DLSS, just like it is today, is just an extra layer on top. It's an extra option that is offered to you by these NVIDIA cards, just like PSSR is an extra option that's offered to you that PlayStation 5 Pro. If you don't want to use it, you have no penalty for it. It is still, at the end of the day, a more powerful PS5. PSSR is just one of its benefits. So it's going to get better over time. But even if it doesn't, you are still better off than you were before. So it's hard to see the downside.
All right. Okay. Anybody else got to touch on this, or you want to move on to the next topic, which is acquisition? What does the panel say?
I don't got nothing to say on that.
No, we're probably good.
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. He says, all right, we're moving on. All right. True Virgil, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, heard all of Diddy's rooms had a PS5 in them ponies. Oh, shit, this dude. What the hell is he talking about, bro? What the? Yo, the Diddy tapes. Hide them Diddy tapes. Oh, shit. The judge left. Oh, let me find out. Oh, shit. Man. You just, pause. Oh, shit. But anyway, hey, so rumor has it right now, let me see if I can get some specific words. But pretty much in short, apparently Sony is in talks to closing out an acquisition deal with Kadokawa right now, right? Now, there's 2 points to this, right? The fanboy point is the whole, now PlayStation fanboys, they like consolidation, all this shit. But when you think about it, from a gaming perspective, there's not really consolidation, right? Because it's really only from software. So I think the conversation really, and I don't really watch much anime, but I think Kadokawa apparently has a lot of properties in the anime film industry. And I guess Sony's already a juggernaut, owning the lion's shares of studios that produce anime and streaming services. And distribution.
So I'm about to say more so publishing. They don't have the studios that make it, but mostly publishing.
All right. So now Kadokawa, apparently Sony acquiring that will strengthen that segment of the entertainment. So I guess Kadokawa is a huge publisher, I guess, or producer of anime.
A publisher.
Right? So adding that to the Sony portfolio, so you could argue in saying that Sony's monopolizing the anime industry, and doesn't seem like anyone's trying to stop it and stuff like that. I don't really know much about the anime side. I don't really watch it. The truth, I think you watch.
I'm big on it. Yeah.
So can you speak on that? And JW, you big on that too?
Yeah.
All right. Can you expound on the topic?
So in America, there is enough publishers. You got Netflix, Warner Brothers. They all publish anime, but they're not predominantly that. So if you're talking about in America, you maybe got a little bit of an argument. Not really, because like I said, all the other streaming networks have some form of anime publishers things. In Japan, it's not even an argument. There's so many different publishers that while Sony is definitely one of the bigger one, they're not the only one. Toei is still huge. I can go on and on of the publishers in Japan and other countries that are predominantly anime. So it doesn't really hold a lot of weight anywhere else besides maybe here. You may have an argument here, and like you said, it's not as big of a move in the gaming space. I saw your tweet and I was like, pretty much you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's not that biggest space in the gaming space because it's kind of like buying Minecraft, I guess you can say. Your bar said that kind of like within that realm, they get their own franchises. But if you think about it, FromSoft doesn't have like a myriad of, different titles, Armored Core, the Souls series, which is pretty much, different games, but within the same universe or whatever. I don't know if they're in the same, but within that same frame of gameplay. So Sony is trying to carve a niche as biggest publishers, kind of like how Microsoft has carved a niche as one of the biggest publishers in gaming. So they're doing that on the anime side, but not enough to where you would get a lot of resistance, to be honest with you. So this is definitely an anime play more than it play for sure. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, Sony also talked about wanting to create original anime. So, I mean, if we think about it, Sony was they bought Funimation recently,
They always
and
own Funimation. They bought Crunchyroll.
they Crunchyroll, yeah, Crunchyroll. So Sony always owned Funimation, but they bought
That was it.
Crunchyroll. That was big. That kind of consolidated a lot of stuff, and this here would further do that. But I'll be honest, you know, in the grand scheme of things, when you have people spending $100 billion on acquisitions to buy stuff, I don't think we should hear anybody cry or scream about any fucking thing. That's just what it boils down to. And there's other avenues, there's other animes out there and stuff. You can, like you said, you can go to Netflix, you can watch some anime. I think Hulu and some other
Hulu for sure.
services. Yeah, you can watch anime. And I know a lot of people, cause like my kids, they would rather just go to one spot and get all the anime. They don't want to have to go to various apps and stuff like that. A lot of it, especially my 8-year-old, he complains because a lot of it is subtitled. And he liked the voice translations versus English, and so if they can kind of open up that avenue, that'll be better. I really don't have a dog in the fight, at all, but this would be a small transaction in the grand scheme of things after other people have spent, $100 billion on acquisition. So, it's going to be interesting seeing how it's going to be scrutinized, if it's going to be scrutinized, because of that fact, because of the fact that other people are allowed to make bigger, larger transactions, and that went through. So now it's going to be like, wait, hold on. How can you let a $100 billion deal go through, but our $5, $6, $7 million deal is a no go? How's that?
Also, I want to say this: the Sony doesn't have any money thing. It's truly getting old. Hughes Law, whatever the dude name is, running around with the whole Sony 12 billion. It's like y'all do know corporations all kinds of ways of acquiring or partnering with other companies. It doesn't just have to be everybody ain't got to be Microsoft. Have cash. Don't have to have cash on hand to just buy stuff. He talking about they gonna go bankrupt trying to, like, bro, they were looking to buy Fox and all these other things, companies that's the size of them. Like, if you even look at a Broadcom silicone company, they bought another.
Is he continuing out or is that me?
Yeah, he's going to. Yeah, you were cutting out real quick. But you're back.
I apologize. But yeah, these companies have all kinds of ways of doing it without killing their own company. And to be honest with you, it's only like a $3 billion company totality anyway. Even if you pay double, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sony ain't hurting for it. So, like, I wish they would let them narratives die. Yes, Sony doesn't have the most cash on hand. They're not Microsoft. They're not Apple or Google. It's cool. They have people that crunch the numbers out. Lastly,
keep in mind, clearly, even you can be the world's richest company and you're still having issues. So that clearly that hadn't helped, right?
Exactly. And so for those that don't understand, everybody running around in the anime, Sony owned Funimation, right? They made Funimation. Then they bought 2 other animation streaming services, and then they own Crunchyroll. They own everything. None of them companies had subscription base more than like a couple million. Crunchyroll in totality on subscribers. Funimation, I think, was like maybe 11. When you're talking about, they're buying up all the industry, like Netflix is huge. Now they having simulcast on Netflix, like Dragon Ball Dama just came out. That comes out on Friday on Netflix. So when it comes out in Japan, it comes out here on Netflix. And Netflix has like 200 million subscribers. So when y'all talking about them buying little streaming services that are predominantly anime, when you look at who subscriber count, it's going to be hard to argue the fact that Sony owns a bunch of little subscription services that they add together, and you're gonna have a lot of cross accounts because Funimation was the one that did the English version. Crunchyroll does all dub, but now they that Funimation becoming Crunchyroll, you're getting the English version. Now I know y'all don't care about that, so I pretty much it's not really going to be a hard. It's a company. Sony does not. While it seems like in America they're trying to be the juggernaut of the numbers to like argue against them. You can just say that they have the power as far as publishing, because that would mean that different animes, a lot of animes that are published by what you call them, Kadokawa and Crunchyroll and stuff, they have the power to sell that stuff. But like I said, Toei, is Dragon Ball and One Piece bigger. They don't have any power over that. You know what I mean? There's a whole rack of other. So that's it.
Yo.
Go ahead, E.
What's up?
So I'm gonna talk about this one. Listen, I watch anime, right? I use Crunchyroll. I'm subscribed to it. Blah blah blah. It's whatever. My thing is, I don't care about this acquisition as a PlayStation fan. Like, I don't care which way it goes. When you take a look at the anime side, as a PlayStation fan, this shit isn't rolled into PlayStation Plus. Like it's like it's something that if Sony were, I guess, more inclusive, I would care about more if my PlayStation Plus subscription somehow let me have a discount or was including the Crunchyroll library or Crunchyroll access. So then it's like, yeah, I would care because, now it will be more content added to that library, but it doesn't. So I don't care about that. But even when you take a look at the gaming component, which is from software and everything, listen, I don't care for it. I don't care either way. Like, if they get it, good for them. If they don't get it, good for them. It's fine. I guess there's a conversation to be had about whether if they get, what is it? If they acquire from software, whether future titles will be exclusive, which, yes, they should be. Not because I'm trying to take away things from anyone else, but simply because if you're going to, use the money that we as PlayStation fans invest, okay, and you're gonna go and acquire something and it's gonna be gaming related, well, I would like the assuredness that the next products are not hampered by having to develop for any other platform, right? Like, I don't want From Software to be considering the power of the Series S anymore, So I guess it should be exclusive for that. But again, as a gamer individually, I don't really care for From Software titles. The whole Souls-like genre, that's not me. So you know what? Go with God. If regulators decide that this isn't right, sure, stop them. Or if Tencent wants to throw the hat in the ring and buy it instead, go for it. If PlayStation gets it, sure, but for me, it won't be much of a victory. Also, because I don't think that From Software needs it. My thing has always been that I would like Sony to invest in smaller studios, things like the kind of Bridge of Spirit or even the Stellar Blade studio, which is like you are your infancy. Sure, Stellar Blade did fairly well for them, because of the PlayStation advertising and backing and everything like that. That's great. But it could be that the next project could flop, or maybe the next project, Sony isn't so enthusiastic about putting the money behind the project, and they run into money troubles. So for me, those would be more exciting acquisitions, smaller developers that may actually be in need of a cash injection. As far as I know, From Software is going to be perfectly okay. So it's not exciting to me. It's just it's whatever. Like, people are gonna go on Twitter and be like, "Oh, PlayStation fans, oh, they love it now. Oh, they love acquisitions now." No, not really. I mean, this one is more organic than what they did with Bungie. But again, for me, I'm like, I'll just big company buying already smaller but still successful company is kind of a wash. It's just money trading hands between themselves. I don't think it really changes any reality on the ground. I do know that if they do buy From Software, a lot of people will be looking forward to that Bloodborne at 60 frames per second finally, or a Bloodborne sequel, and I will be happy if they got that. But again, I'm not a Bloodborne fan. I'm not a Souls-like fan. So for me, I'm just like, hey, you know what? If you're happy, I'm happy. That's all.
I do want to say this though. I think also people getting this confused. This would be Sony buying it and not PlayStation. So for all the people that's like, oh, FromSoft, I don't even think that FromSoft would be under PlayStation, period. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't stand on its own, it would probably go to Sony Music. Sony Music has a huge game don't care about, especially PlayStation fans. So, and Power World, their partnership with Sony now is like, dang, that went to Sony Music. I would think, honestly, a lot of the games Sony buys something comes in a frame, it typically goes on Sony Music. PlayStation have the ability to, make it exclusive. 9 times out of 10, Sony Music isn't going to be exclusive. So, just for those that aren't paying attention, Sony works really weird in unique ways. I don't that it would go to PlayStation. If it didn't stand on its own, it would probably be under Sony Music. And therefore, just so you know, if that happens, guarantee a third party, which also Rocky said in your thing. And just giving you the credit, you had already kind of called it, nailed on. That was it.
Okay. Yeah. I was just what you would call it? Just looking through the Kadokawa website, see the company thing. They're into, I see for like gaming on the screen. So you see Elden Ring, Armored Core, Rain Code, RPG Maker. There's actually 4 studios. Acquire Corps, Gotcha Games, Spike Churn, and the From Software. Yeah. Then they're into
they don't really.
They got publications, so they got books on anime. So they got all this.
This
stuff.
is a huge anime play more.
Yeah. So there's a lot of manga, anime, and some other books. They got Michelle Obama up in there. All right. I guess they published a book of hers. Then of course the animation film, right? They even got like the live action Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. So they got a lot of film content. I think they're also building a cinema theater. So that's aligned with Sony. So it seems like a lot of this in line with Sony as a whole in terms of movies and entertainment. What else they got? They got web services. So social media apps specifically in their region. Okay, I could see maybe Sony trying to get into that. In education. And
well, yeah, because with didn't Sony buy them Alamo theaters here too? Yeah, they own the Alamo theaters. Like,
okay,
Sony is definitely trying to capitalize on rather. But I'm like E2. Like, I could get Crunchyroll in my PlayStation Plus. That would be something of that nature. So I don't have to pay for that separate.
See images of VR here. So it looks like they're into that. So all right. So yeah, I think the gaming part is probably the least big. I mean, it's probably for gamers is big news. Especially with Elden Ring, right? From Software, they make hits, right? Even though it's Souls games, but they do an amazing job and stuff like that. I think here's a question.
Well, J-Dub, it's a big deal. J-Dub already talked.
We got a first party DLC. That's a Sony first party DLC, right? But here's a question I want to ask. Here's the thing, right? This is where it's funny, right? This is funny, and I know the chat sees this, right? Over the last couple of weeks or whatever, especially ever since everything is an Xbox, you got the damage control of people saying, "Oh, Sony's gonna do the same thing." They want PC. Oh yeah, and they're gonna put their games on Xbox. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, right? They ride on that statement. They be 10 toes down on that statement. But then when something like this happens, why are they scared?
Yeah.
Like, why are they mad? Like, they're gonna put. You guys are saying PlayStation going third party. You guys are saying they're gonna keep making games. They're gonna make games for Xbox. They want on PC, so who cares if they buy Kadokawa? The games are right. But see, the truth is they're scared, especially the Xbox game. PC gamers, they're like 50-50, right? PC gamers, they're 50-50. They're like, wait a minute. We're still safe because From Software games sell a lot on PC, and they don't think Sony's gonna want to, kind of interrupt the revenue making From Software makes, right? But Xbox, that's where it changes, right? Because like I think Elden Ring sold like 30 million, but how many did it sell on Xbox? Sony could be like, listen, PC, we get it, sold a shit ton around the world. You know, especially in Japan, China. Got it. We're not going to interfere with that. But yeah, you could scratch that Xbox. Like 5 copies? Nah, we ain't worried about 5 copies. We're good. We could dismiss that, right? You know what I'm saying? So so that right there just shows the whole bullshit. It kind of destroys the whole bullshit narrative about people saying, "Oh yeah, they're gonna make games for Xbox." Because when they do this, now everybody's scared. Even if some of the PC gamers, like I've seen the conversations on Twitter and social media, saying, "Damn, is there a chance that Sony might make this, even if it's timed exclusive, like no longer day one, where it's first on PlayStation, then it comes to PC? Because even that will piss off PC gamers if they have to wait going forward."
Yeah.
Now, my personal opinion, I don't think much is going to change, maybe except for Xbox. Right? That might be the only change, but I don't think it's going to change much for PC, only because I don't think Sony wants to disrupt From Software with how they make money as a development studio. They make a lot of money. Their game sells. Their DLC sells. I don't think Sony wants to just interrupt all that huge success that they paid for, actually, because that's what helped increase the value of Kadokawa, is what everybody does, right? So you buy the company, and now you're going to downgrade the sales potentials of those games. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see Sony really doing that, except depending on Xbox. Because let's say if Xbox sells 1 million copies out of 30 million, Sony could be like, "What the fuck is that? Like, are you serious? Get your ass out of here with this bullshit." Dude's begging for Game Pass. You know.
No, can I just say that if Sony gets it, they should make it exclusive for at least a year. Like, fuck PC, or fuck everyone else. Fuck everyone else. You know, like, we're not about to play nice. We already played nice with Bungie, and look where that got us. Nothing. Okay? Now, Bungie saved The Last of Us, so I will always be thankful. That 3.6 billion, that was worth it, every single penny. But in terms of an actual, like, game that we got from Bungie, what did I get us? Nothing. Okay? And then the next game is still going to have to consider the Series S. Nothing. So this whole be nice shit, you tried it once? You know, once beaten, twice shy. We're not doing this shit again.
You want Sony ruthless.
Ruthless, bro. I don't come here for the nice guys, okay? I come here for the people that want the jugular and are going to bite into it, okay? Or vampire style. So listen, if they get this, they best make it exclusive, because the only platforms I want you to worry about is PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro. That's it.
Facts.
That's the only thing on your list.
Job. That's their job.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
You made it.
So listen.
So then it would just be determined on who it goes to. If it does go to, if FromSoft do go to PlayStation, you have a high chance of.
Yeah, no, I get your point about Sony Music. Yeah, listen,
because Sony Music be suing their own teammate. They sued Sony Pictures, the guy in the look at Reach Super Chat. Yeah,
like what the fuck?
I'm like they do not work. They do not work together.
How does that board meeting go?
As far as the rumors go, they do not get along. The heads of each
like you sitting right across the dude, like that'd be like J-Dub suing me for 60 frames no lag. I'd be like, "What the fuck is you doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, hey, I need compensation."
Yo, can I just say
that must be a weird boardroom meeting? Because like, yo, I'll be straight staring, dude. You sue me, you know, Sony Pictures didn't have permission to do this. I'm like, bitch, you act like you own it. This belongs to Sony. I'll be straight staring at that door. I'll be like this. I'm gonna catch your ass after this meeting, bro.
Yeah, that probably might happen. That might happen. They might
catch your ass in the cafeteria, bro. It's gonna be like prison. I'm gonna take that tray, bow in the back of the head. I'm gonna wear a nice suit. I'm gonna be like, you gonna eat your cornbread? I'm gonna take that tray, bow, slap the shit out of him. Like, this guy's suing my division, and then he's gonna claim profits. Oh, this quarter we made $2 million profit. Yeah, bitch, because you sued me. Your product sucks. Your division sucks. You only made money because you won the case, the court case.
Yo, listen, we talked about Sony's India sequences the other day with Jada when I was arguing that they don't talk enough between divisions. So it doesn't surprise me that they behave as if they were own princes of the little kingdoms, you know, and they don't all fall under one banner, you know, because I'm telling you, J-Dub, like, it is crazy that some of these technologies aren't shared company-wide. But hey, you know what? We don't need to open that again. Point is, fuck Sony Music. I don't care who it falls under. If they get, this thing, I, as a PlayStation fan, expect it to serve my PlayStation. Okay, that's it. Okay, I don't care what it is that they have to do, who they have to sue. Let Herman Holst sue Sony Music.
Sony Music. Like, hey, they've been up to us. We're suing them.
Yeah, exactly. The fuck, like, do what you gotta do
with them. Put them on the phone.
Exactly, boy. Do what you gotta do. Bring these games. You know what? Shit. Take those mobile games that I know that Kadokawa has. Put that to Sony Music. Give us From Software. And like I said, the only 2 platforms you worry about is number 1, PlayStation 5. Number 2, PlayStation 5 Pro. Number 3, PlayStation 5 again. And number 4, PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, just keep going around until you get it through your thick skull that these are the only 2 platforms you're creating this for. Okay? Not the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation moving all up. Okay? So that's it. We try being nice. Okay? Bungie was us being diplomatic, and it didn't work. So, fuck that again. I don't ever want to see another acquisition by Sony that is somehow multi-platform. If you're going to keep it multi-platform, don't acquire it. First of all, they didn't need your money anyway. But go find someone else and make this shit exclusive, please.
All right. Cool. All right. Let me read some super chats, then we'll get into the next and final topic. Grizzly Bear King with the $10 super chats. He has 2 back-to-back. First one, he says, whether it is exclusive or not depends on what subsidiary the purchase will be under. Every sector of Sony Group have their own operating income. This acquisition is likely fall under Sony Music. Okay, man. Now I hope that, okay, bring it up under Sony Music, got it, but we're gonna spin off From Software. You're gonna fall under Sony's first party publishing because they make AAA games. Like, we're gonna let Sony Music decide AAA game decisions, even if it's multi-plat. Whatever, like Bungie or whatever. Spin it off on the Sony, because look, like Extreme made a good point. Look what we did. Look what happened. Not we did. Look what happened. Bungie not being part of PlayStation, but its own. It doesn't work. Like, you have a PlayStation division that you have a AAA publisher. That's their job. You put everything under them. Stop with this weird. Pseudo really. No, PlayStation publisher. We're in charge. We got it. We'll take care of it. We'll make all the decisions. So I will say at least that. From Software should not be belonging on its own thing or subs. No, they actually make AAA games. You're going to PlayStation Publishing. Go.
Well, can I say this though?
Figure it out.
Everybody keep trying to act like Sony took a L, and they did. That's fine. They lost some money, but did they? Because maybe they, like, to me, when you go into it, you see that Bungie's a mess financially. There's like, I don't know, maybe I could be completely wrong, but I just feel like they knew Bungie was a mess, and that's why they put stipulations in there.
Mikey Barber said it today. Mikey Barber tweeted out, yeah.
I ain't see that, but I thought to me, you put them stipulations in there because you kind of already foresee what they were going to do, and that was Sony's way of going, we're going to buy them, let them do their thing, they'll fall on their face, and then we'll be able to kind of hostile take over the whole thing because we knew they were going to fall on their face. And if they don't fall on their face, it's a win-win for us. We can take them over. If they do, if they don't, then we'll get the money and the expertise or whatever they were talking about in the end of the day. So I don't know. It just seemed like a setup. Like Sony kind of like, all right, we're going to take L to come out on top. I don't know. Say this, I can't prove that at all. But
I know, but I'm going to say this. Like, so far, what have we really gained out of this?
Sony getting more teams at a you know what I'm saying? Because they made multiple teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the little gummy bears team. To do the things that they're doing. They made the team that's supposed to do the multiplayer. They got the multiplayer team.
I know the theory. I get the theory, but so far, what have we tangibly got out of this so far? And I know maybe it takes time. It's gonna take years.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's a take time thing.
Like what really?
And I give Sony the take time thing because Sony typically does good on the take time.
They save Naughty Dog. That's the only thing we got.
Like right now, I don't see. Yeah, that's about it. They prevented Naughty Dog from making the biggest mistake of their life.
That's worth it. That's worth $10 billion to me. That's the only thing.
He said that's worth $20 billion. But I will say this:
I don't care.
From a games perspective, and I look at it from a games perspective. From a games perspective, Bungie games was going to come to PlayStation regardless. You didn't have to buy the cow to drink the milk. The milk was coming no matter what. Marathon was coming to PlayStation, no matter what.
That can be said about anything, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because they got a large install base,
Yeah, you're so
yeah,
saying,
but
so
now
like,
Sony, to me, it was Sony's like cheap way of trying to get a multitude of teams. Because remember, the teams that's going to Sony aren't going to those teams that make games aren't going to Xbox. You can assure that.
Yeah, they got exclusive team out of it.
They got 2 or 3 teams out of it that's going to make games that's straight for PlayStation.
Which team?
The talent, the little Gummy Bears team. That's a small team. Yeah, the team that they took the team.
He's
that
talking
had
about
the
IP. The IP that Bungie was going to make.
They took the IP from Bungie and they spun them off.
Yeah, but they also took a team. Yeah, they took a team that they took some people from Bungie, a couple people that was already working on it. They took them and put them under PlayStation. So not only did they take the IP, they made a team to make that IP under PlayStation. So if that IP was going to come out multiplayer, it's now going to be specifically for Sony. So and then they just made another team, with the lady in some lady that's the head that's directly under Sony. She literally came out like, yeah, I'm leaving Bungie. We're going under Sony. So they're taking team people. The main thing was getting the talent. They're literally getting the talent and slowly moving almost half the team to almost all the people in Bungie to Sony, to where now Sony has full control. Then they already got full control of Bungie. So Marathon, those may be multi-plats, which makes more multiplayer.
Marathon is multi-plat.
Yeah, right. I'm saying that makes sense. But now Sony has control of Bungie, while they're taking the teams that have single player projects, those projects that Bungie was trying to work on all at one time, put them in the financial flux that they was in. They moved all those single player people to Sony, which that's what I'm saying. It's like 3 teams that moved to Sony. They have their own little individual projects, whatever. And
hopefully they're worth a shit.
They're under. Yeah, that's that. Now there you go. I can't say yay or nay, but we know Bungie is talented. So
right now, I'm like, man, I don't know, but
under Sony, I think they'll be fine.
Let me just tell you, right? When you talk about the acquisition, there is what? Okay, so there's Bungie, there is a spin-off team with the IP, and there's a spin-off creative team that's supposed to overlook the live service. But that's $1.2 billion per team. Okay, so I'm just saying, listen, they save Naughty Dog, so for me, I don't care what happens after that. But if we're talking real money, if we're talking like real, you could have bought a lot of things. You could have grown a lot of studios multiple times over with $3.6 billion. So again, let's hope that it works out for them. For me, I don't give a fuck because they save Naughty Dog. So for me, hey, you know what? Double it up. Like, I don't give a fuck. But for $1.2 billion per team, you could have used that money very differently. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they're not done diversifying with that. We don't know what Marathon is. Don't know what games are going to do.
That's true.
So until the time comes where this is a time thing. Right now, it's an L. I'm not arguing that. Right now, it's an L. But when Marathon come out, those other games come out, there's still people moving across. So they got more teams coming, things of that nature. Till this settles. When the dust settles, then I can say it's a complete L.
That won't be till like next gen.
Yeah, that would take about 10 plus years.
That's like a PlayStation 6.
Well, Marathon is coming out within the next 2, so we'll see.
Can I just say also, you've got 3 teams right now that have been spun off, right? But 2 of those teams are making multi-platform games. Because Bungie is making a multi-platform game, and the creative studio is going to make multi-platform games under the live service banner for PlayStation.
But that may be single, though.
One of those,
that team, that creative team, that may be a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, that's only one of them. That's only one of them that might be a single player exclusive team. So it's like, listen, the Bungie acquisition, it was overpriced. Let's just face it.
We all agree on that.
Definitely. Now listen, perfectly forgivable because they saved Naughty Dog, and it's not my money. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you have to spend to save Naughty Dog. Also, can we just, you know what, we'll get into the next topic. I've got one thing that I just want to talk about later related to Naughty Dog. But yeah, keep going.
I tell you what though, if Marathon flops, that shit.
Yeah, it's a super L. It's a super L.
Yeah.
Actually, if Marathon flops, good. Because fuck this multiplayer strategy. You know, this whole multi-platform. I misspoke.
Oh, multi-platform. Okay, yeah, okay.
No.
He don't like women either. You see him? You know what I'm saying?
I said multi-platform. I meant multi-platform.
Chat.
No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Flag.
Don't do
We
this.
are victorious. The Civil War is over.
No.
The electoral ballot has been counted. I am president.
I meant.
Single player have won. He said, "Fuck this multiplayer." I got it. That's
he
exactly
did.
What
he said that with emphasis too.
I said. I meant multi-platform. That was unfortunate.
I'm clipping that. Listen,
that
I'm
was
deleting all this.
Yeah, you hear the emphasis he said to it.
He added base. I meant I'm sorry. I'm gonna clip that shit. That's it. We won. Single player team. We won.
Over here at E4 Extreme Incorporated, we still believe in multi-platform strategy.
I don't even know why you're talking because I'm gonna mute all this part. When I edit the video, when I re-upload it, none of this is gonna appear. Only fuck multiplayer, and then that's it.
I just wanted to say that was an unfortunate mistake.
He said unfortunate mistake. He's so frustrated with this multiplayer shit. He's like, fuck this shit. Because you really don't have a lot of supporting troops to come for reinforcement.
Hey, you know what? You don't need to rehash.
You don't need got Marathon.
No, first of all, you don't need to remind us about fair games. We already, I have already conceded defeat.
I'm looking forward to both of them.
I have already conceded defeat. Okay, Marathon. I mean, it's kind of like I'm not confident, but it's like, third time's the charm.
I'm on the same confidence I had with Concord.
Fair game's gonna fail. Maybe third time's the charm.
Oh man,
Marathon 5 million in 3 months. Fair games 5 million in 3 months. I go back down.
Aren't you the same one who said this about Concord?
I literally just said that. I said,
oh my God, you jinxed us the first time. No, we don't want you. Team multiplayer disavows the misogynist.
We got single player for the win, bro. We can't lose. Look at that. We even got goatees and single player. Yeah, we holding out on our back,
Astrobot was great. Hey, Astrobot was great, bro. Astrobot was great. We are going to pull our weight too, okay? We would eventually pull our weight, It just will not be with fair games.
Get Helldivers a nomination. What's going on here? What are y'all doing?
Hey, listen, man. They put DLC. What are we supposed to do?
Oh, shit. All right. All right. So Grizzly there. Oh, wait. Let me refresh the screen. Grizzly Bear has another super chat. Shout out to you, Grizzly. Thank you so much, my brother. Grizzly asks, to add to that, Sony Music already publishes on Switch and Xbox under Aniplex Games as a subsidiary of Sony Music. They operate separately so much that Sony Music accidentally DMCA PS and Sony Pictures?
Yo, they need to be sued. These people are thugs.
Yo, they attack each other all the time. But
who's the CEO of the company, bro?
No. The new CEO.
You managing your peoples?
The new CEO. That's a part of his job was to unify them because they've been beefing for so long. I don't even think they remember what they're beefing about, to be honest with you. But the new CEO is trying to. The new CEO is trying to bridge the gap between all three. But that's gonna be some work.
You need me as the CEO. I will straight stare at him. I'd be like, yo, you out here suing PlayStation, the golden boy of our company. Like, listen, if I even see you talk bad about PlayStation, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna be like, you, the guy with the coffee. Yeah, you pouring the coffee? Yeah, punch him in his face. Punch him in his face, all right?
You ain't gonna do it. You gotta get somebody else to do it.
I'm gonna be that dude. What is it for Tropic Lightning? Tom Cruise, the CEO? Well, Tropic Thunder, yeah. The CEO, he goes, hey, you, punch that guy in the face. And he punched him. That's going to be me. I will be that CEO. I'd be like, I swear to God, if one of you's on this table sues one another, let this be the last time I hear this
Sony
dumb shit.
Sony would be a better company if they worked together.
Like, what is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? I'll have Extreme be in charge of diversity, equity, inclusion of technology.
That's what.
Damn right. Technology.
I'm gonna send every single screen that we make from the fucking watch to the little alarm clock. Okay, that's the Bravia team. Okay, if it's a screen, it's Bravia. I don't give a fuck what the product is. It could be one of those alarm clocks that goes for like $100. Okay, it will be a Bravia screen on it. I don't give a fuck who you got. if you like screens, you're working on the Bravia now. That's where you're working. You better move your desk. You're moving your desk. If it has a single pixel, it's a Bravia pixel. That's all we're doing now.
Oh,
I don't care if you use those
TVs?
dot LED.
No.
You know the dot LED things where they use just little dots? Those are going to be Bravia dots. I don't give a fuck. If it's an operating system, hey, Xperia, you're doing it. I don't care what product it is. I don't care if it's a fucking car. It's an Xperia car now. Anything related to anything software, Xperia, you handle it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's enterprise solution or anything. Hey, you better enterprise your way into knowing that shit. Okay? Y'all are moving decks today. Y'all gonna learn today. I'm gonna bring out the belt.
Oh shit.
If it is audio, it's the audio team. I don't care if it's a beep bop boop. Hey, Sony audio approved.
Doorbell.
It's got PlayStation Link. It's got PlayStation Link. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. I don't care. I don't care if you make a fucking kettle. That kettle has PlayStation Link. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that shit's gonna come out through your Sony TV speakers. Oh, for sure, for sure. You don't even know me.
Oh shit. We'll have that shit organized.
Yo, listen. Your washing machine is gonna talk to you through your Sony headphones. That's for damn sure. Won't even be optable out of. You won't be able to opt out of it. You got Sony headphones. Every Sony device is gonna pump through those audio beats. Hey, listen. You're gonna know. You're gonna know notifications.
All right. Last topic. Stalker 2. All right. So apparently, the previews of this game was not running very well. In fact, Twisted Voxel said this. GCS Game World has updated Stalker 2 with a massive day one patch, almost as large as the game itself. If you have preloaded the 143 gigabyte of data for Stalker 2, you will need to download nearly the entire game again as part of this day one patch. The new patch now live on Xbox console is 139 gigs compared to 143 preload. The download cycle makes it one of the largest day one patches ever released for a game. Typically, day one updates might cross 10 gigs, but nothing has ever approached this massive 139 gigabyte download required here. While the Call of Duty series typically offers some of the largest updates in gaming, even they have not reached such a massive size. Fortunately, those who picked up the physical copy or downloaded it closer to launch will only need to download the game once. This patch is only necessary for those who download the preload that was available a few days ago. Like, yo, what is going on with it? Like, is this game, like, yo, like...
Wait, so let me get this right. 139 gigs from a build that was released only a few days ago?
Yeah.
Did they accidentally release like a pre-build, like the alpha build or something?
This is
because that's crazy.
I don't know. This is like, yo, like
man, they
still
going through it.
They going through.
You know what?
How you go through it? It's almost 2025.
Yeah, but the war in Ukraine ain't like.
Oh yeah, that's true. You know what? You're right. Because they're producing. You're right. That's true.
Yeah, no, but that's true, right? But the war didn't change a few days ago. So I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like, did you accidentally
like, yo,
like
now we got misogyny, we got humanitarian rights violations.
Yeah, man.
This channel's dog shit, bro. This channel turned to dog shit, bro. God, my podcast is dog shit, bro.
I got a bunch of insensitive boys.
The money changed, so you're like, wow.
What, did they bomb the servers that had a proper build first? Like, what do you want me to say?
Yo.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Wow. This
what do you say?
Well, it was from
you know, the bad part is they could have. That's the sad part.
Hey, listen, I need explanations.
It was
okay?
a great time.
Because you can't.
Podcast. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Well,
I won't make that mistake again, Rock.
I had a good run. I made it to 300 at least. It was more than what I was expected.
Listen. Okay, we're not gonna pretend that this isn't abnormal.
Oh, I don't know, man, but that Xbox Series S, I'll tell you, that's one thing. if Microsoft does make a new console, you know they're never doing that stupid shit again. And Sony should not either. That's why I'm kind of concerned with their rumors of a handheld. Because how's that going to work? Hopefully, if PlayStation does make a handheld, let's say if they do, it's strictly well, rumors has it that's what they're trying to do now for the next generation. They'll have a console and they'll release their own AAA handheld. Yeah. For me, the handheld, it should be no requirement, zero requirement that a game that's on PlayStation 6 must work on a handheld. No.
100%.
No. In fact, Sony should be like, listen, this is not about playing PlayStation 6 games. It's playing about maybe PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, native, PlayStation
not even
4,
5.
maybe not even 5, depending on how powerful they make it.
Not
right?
even 5.
But, hey, they have
I'm gonna be honest with you. They
Pisser.
should need to leave the hand. They just need to go to another portal if they're gonna do a handheld. People
That's
got
what I
over
would
the
say,
whole
man. Leave the fucking
stationary thing.
shit
Just
alone,
you go with the PlayStation 6 and another portal. Just makes sense. Because then you ain't got to worry about trying to figure out what games it play. You just got the little cloud thing. And that's how you fight Microsoft on the cloud front.
That's what I like about the portal. It's his own lane. You want to play PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do it over the cloud. Yeah. You good. You know,
so
it
just
does
a
not
new
interfere.
portal with the 6.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've always floated the idea that the portal should have a version of it that has a curated library that can run natively. But that's mostly because I'm thinking about games like Dave the Diver, right? The games that are basically
indie games.
You could play them on your calculator.
4,
exactly.
Right.
You know, PlayStation 4 and 5 does have a curated library, and then be like, listen, this thing has like, I don't know, 256 gigs of onboard storage. You can put 11 or 12 BS games on it. You're not gonna be playing the Call of Duties natively from this. If you want that, stream from it. You know, you have that option. But if you want to play something like Dave the Diver, that again could run like a TR-84 or something like Sea of Stars, again, TR-84 calculator could run it. Go ahead and put those natively, you know, and then that would be, I think, the best hybrid.
PS2 games, the PS1
exactly.
games that are natively.
Exactly. Put those on there.
It probably is going to be something like that. I really truly believe that it's not going to be the hand. I don't think Sony's going back to the handheld the way they tried before with Vita, because while they were great and they did well, they didn't do what they want to do. I think with the Portal success, they're just going to follow the Portal, and they may do something like E's talking about where it has some kind of hybrid connectivity, but it's still going to be pretty much predominantly a Portal. It just makes sense because it took off. You know, Sony's always, if it take off, Sony's going to try again. You know what I mean? Even when they don't, because VR2 is a thing. You know what I mean? And they're going to do a VR3. So they stick with technology.
Hey, listen, you know my role. You know, the thing about me is that I'm consistent. You know, that's what I like. It's just, I say things, you remember them and say, yeah, my behavior aligns with it. It's nice. It's nice. Fuck metaphor.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. And then fuck metaphor. What's going to be even more interesting, because Stalker 3 is only a 3-month exclusive. So whenever it comes out...
Stalker 2?
Stalker 2, I mean. Stalker 2 is only 3-month timed exclusive for Xbox. After 3 months...
It comes out in a couple hours.
Yeah, and then, boy, Pro Enhanced, baby.
When does Indiana Jones come out?
December. Yeah, late December.
I can't wait for people. Can't wait for a lot of people to front like they like that game.
It's gonna be.
Oh man, that game is trash.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know what?
Hey, Rock, I told you it was gonna be just like the movie. I told you it was gonna be a copy of the movie. It's not. It's a puzzle game. I told you it was gonna copy the movie. It was like all machine games. I'm like, yo, that drink gonna be. Gonna have action sequences and it's mostly gonna be puzzles.
Not even interested. Like, yeah.
But South by Midnight gonna be fire. I don't care what nobody says. I'm so
excited. That does look good.
Amazing game.
Yes.
I am going to show up for that day fucking one on my
100%.
PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good,
bro.
No, what are you talking about? What would I play this one? It's gonna be the best place to play.
To play what?
I'm playing it. I'm gonna play it on Game Pass day one.
South of Midnight. PlayStation 5 Pro. PlayStation 5 Pro, of course. Oh, yeah. That game doesn't listen. I could play it on PC, but that game deserves the best treatment I can give it in house. Okay, it deserves my best. Okay, it deserves the best. Okay, listen, my PC only has a 3070 in it. Why am I gonna play it on such low-end hardware? Disgusting. Okay, listen, my PC has like a the one of the best AMD CPUs, disgusting, only 12 cores. You know, it has 64 gigs of RAM, disgusting, not enough. It only has a 3070. Oh my god, that's 5 generations behind by now. You know, a 1000 watt power supply, disgusting. I should have 1200 watts. I used to, but I decided to cheap out on it. I just don't care about PC that much. The best place to play South for Midnight will definitely be on my PlayStation 5 Pro. And I'm glad that Microsoft is giving me time to get the Pro first. And I'm glad Microsoft is giving Sony time to fix up the PSSR, because South of Midnight is just one of those PlayStation quality games. It deserves the best.
Respect.
All right, that's it. All right, we go through them. All right, I think that's all the topics. Unless you guys want to talk about specifics, I think we're done.
I have something.
Chad.
It's a small thing. It's a small thing.
Oh, here we go.
It's a very small thing.
Got it.
It's just that the gaming media astounds me, right? Because the other day they reported that Naughty Dog has been working on the game since 2020. And I'm like, what did you expect them to be doing? Taking a 2-year fucking margarita cruise? Like, they're like, oh my god, Naughty Dog came out and they've been working on the game all along. And I'm like, what did you think they were gonna do?
I don't know why they were shocked, because Naughty Dog said they were working on like 3 games at once at this current juncture. And
this gaming media is fucking useless. Can you imagine if, like, I don't even know, fucking cycling journalists were as dumb about, like, they're like, oh, actually, did you know that cyclists perform other than the Tour de France? Do you know that they train the entire time? Isn't that incredible? Like,
I think everybody, they were just looking for news.
Did you know that baseball players just train home and at work off the pitch when they are not in front of the crowds? Isn't that amazing? Football coaches train their teams. How incredible. We didn't know this. We just thought they just wake up one day when the game starts and that's when they get the warm-up. Yo, the gaming media is fucking cooked.
Okay, well, to be fair, they were really reporting on the fact that Neil Druckmann just said it recently in an interview that they took down.
No, but
I guess Sony
did they think they were doing though? How is that newsworthy though? That's like saying, well,
there's nothing going on right now. There ain't nothing to really
did you
talk
know
about.
That chefs try recipes before they open a restaurant? It's incredible. I just thought that when they close the kitchen, no one's in there. That's crazy. I mean, you know, I thought that Saint Pierre, whenever he comes to the job, he just makes it up on the go, and if they like the way it is, they just put it on the menu, and that is all that they do. I did not know that they try recipes. Oh, it's incredible. We need to inform everybody. Yo, screw the gaming media, screw the Game Awards, screw Metaphor. I just want you to know that I am now a Starfield
believer.
A Starfield proponent.
Good, they just came out. They're about to come out with a new DLC for you, with a new car, and they got a gun on it and everything.
Listen, Scattered Waste, all of that, give it to me. Give it to me. Because if the bar is a fucking metaphor for Game of the Year, hey, listen, all of you are cleared. All of you are good. All of you are good. You know what? South of Midnight, though, that thing is going to be truly epic on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I suggest all of you wait until it is released on the best way to play it. Okay? So just have some patience, have some confidence, and it's going to be... Also, can we just talk about the fact that people are calling South of Midnight woke and DEI? Can black people have nice things? Can we just...
Yeah,
can black people have nice things?
They can't
say
nothing to change my mind on that.
Because it's just like... people, they want to pretend, right? These grifters, they want to pretend that it's about some kind of like creative integrity. Oh, you know, we just don't want to see race swaps in characters. Oh, we were mad at like Anger Brother in God of War Ragnarok because she's black, and people from that region of the world aren't black, even though this is a magical setting that can have anyone looking like anything. But as long as you put a black person there, anyone with melanin, apparently that's an issue. Even though Kratos is voiced by a black actor. But it doesn't matter if the substance is black, as long as the surface is white. Now they're like, oh, you know what? You little niggas, go get your own stories. Go make your own little games. Go make your own little shit. So then when Tales of Kenzara Zao comes out, they're like, is that guy really African though? I mean, he speaks with an African accent, but really the African descent, really, you're gonna come out wearing traditional attire? Like, isn't he putting on a show? And then when it's like, okay, we're going to make a brand new original story, original IP, not taking away from anything that you know, and in fact, something that isn't even a remix of things that we usually see in gaming, because let's face it, it is coming from an interesting place, interesting folklore, interesting creatures. It's not trying to remix Norse mythology or Greek mythology or, doing things that have been traditionally associated with Eurocentric values or history or legacy or ancestry. No, we're going to make this brand new thing. Now you are again accusing it of being woke, of being just say you don't like black people. Just say you don't like black people and you are tired of them having their time in the sun. Because traditionally, this shit has catered for you and for you alone. And everybody else, whether they were Puerto Rican, whether they were Mexican, whether they were African, whether they were Asian, everybody else just had to go along with it. And now that you're actually seeing different voices coming into gaming, you want to cry foul, even though it doesn't take anything away from you. South of Midnight is a beautiful game. It is a great game. It is an authentic game, and it is a black game. Enjoy it. Or at least shut the fuck up about it and let those who want to enjoy it, enjoy it.
On that note, Porter Rock.
And
he ain't
we
wrong,
got the
but,
outros.
Yeah.
That was Extreme's moment. Let's start with J-Dub. Yo, J-Dub, do your outros, my brother.
You already know where to find me, man. Kicking up dust, beating up these bots every day, poking fun at their misery. It is what it is.
Hyping out the ring for Game of the Year. Another first party greatness delivery.
as usual. Shout out to Hiroki Titoki for keeping keeping that streak alive. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
PlayStation with the first DLC Game of the Year of now.
That's it.
Yep. Shout out to Jeff Keighley for creating that platform, for changing the rules, especially for us. Shout out to Jeff Keighley, man. Listen, we the Red Line team. We believe in red lines.
Oh, we're gerrymandering.
We believe in red lines.
We need to find Yo, Jeff Keighley's never gonna beat the allegations.
Nah, he's not, man. And I think he's having so much fun with it.
I know. I would try. Be like, you know what? Y'all want me to be the bad guy? Fine.
Yep.
I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Watch this shit. And I'll be honest. At the Game Awards, you're gonna see more people so pissed because he's gonna announce more Xbox games coming to PlayStation.
He probably has a contract with Microsoft. Anytime you announce a game on PlayStation, I'm doing it. Me.
Well,
we're gonna call it the one more thing.
That's it. I'll be the one more thing guy. All right. Yeah. He probably has that contract on lock.
Yep.
Yo, he's gonna traumatize Xbox fans with that one more thing. Every time they see it now, they're gonna be like, "No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this."
Yeah. That would be so funny. When they see him, they're gonna run. If he embraces his role, he's like, "You know what? Screw it. Screw being a nice guy. It's getting me nowhere."
Yep.
I'm gonna give the people what they want. All right.
Exactly.
Extreme, my brother, from down under.
Yo, you can find me on my channel.
Nice hot weather, summer.
Hey, listen, man. Tomorrow's gonna be way too hot. Actually,
we need to bring that heat back. Like we want our heat.
We don't like that. We don't like that. You guys can have it. You guys can have it. You guys are the major progenitor of global warming anyway. You should get all of this extra heat.
It's y'all got that phone. Like, yo, what's up with New Zealand? I know you're in Australia, but still.
Yeah.
You see that?
But what's up with other states? What's up?
The Maori?
Yeah. What? Oh yeah. In the parliament.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
man.
Listen, you know what?
I
wish more people would do it. You know what? Because that shows that there is something ancestral beneath the European colonization. Okay, so you know what? Great, do it every single parliament. They should end it like that. Even when they're happy, You know, especially when they're happy, they should do that. And more countries around the world should express themselves in their traditional dances, including even the white nations. If you're Scottish, go wear those kilts, okay? Play that bagpipe, disgusting sound that we all hate, you know, but go ahead and do it. Celebrate your history and your ancestry, because fucking why not? Also, we came up with the bagpipe. Whoever thought that was a good idea? Like your national identity. Jesus Christ.
Let me show the chat, you know. This is we out here, you know. PC gamers trying to convince us. Everybody's trying to convince us, you know, to buy these $700 gaming PCs instead of PS5 Pro, and we're like, nah. This is what we think. Take that bullshit. $700 PC. Yo, that woman became famous, boy. Yo, she has attitude. Yo, I love it. Yo, you ever seen the full video? Oh my God!
Yeah,
I saw the full video. It's even funnier. The full video is even funnier.
They was on the second pew.
Oh
they
my
was on
God!
Upstairs, they was going crazy. I was like,
yo,
people getting tired of their governments, boy.
The other people in the parliament, like there was this old white dude, a chubby white dude. He didn't know what to do. He's like,
he was the head
dude.
When
they put the close up on him, oh, that shit is funny. The close up of him. Oh my God, that shit is funny. They did not expect that shit to happen, boy. That place erupted. God, that shit is funny. Yo, 2024 is ending off nice. Yo, I love it, bro. Thank God for the internet. All right. Anyway, go on, Extreme. You do a new video? You did a new video, didn't you?
I did a new video recently.
Yes.
South by Midnight one.
Yeah, South by Midnight was on Twitter though. Okay. I do want to listen. I'll probably do a full kind of like excitement video about it when it is closer to release. You know, for all of my jokes that I played on PlayStation 5 Pro, please play it on your Game Pass subscription or wherever you find it. You know, play everything's an Xbox now. Play it on your Samsung washing machine. You know, just do whatever. Support the game. You know, it'll be nice for them to you know, get this one game off before they get closed. So, you know, it'll be good. It'll be good. Play South by Midnight is gonna be great. But yeah, no, listen, find me on my channel. You're gonna find hours-long content because apparently I can't do anything less than 30 minutes. You know what? It is what it is. We're just gonna roll with it. So if you guys want to see me talk for hours on end, you can go find it there.
Okay. And of course we got the truth.
Yeah, it's the same. I'll always show up when there's topics that I feel the game industry that I really want to speak about. So, and kind of been light on things I actually want to talk about, even on my own channel. I'm trying to produce a video a week, but I'm not finding the energy just specifically because I got other things going on, but also because it's not anything really to me that entertaining or that captivating that I care to talk about. But I just put the channel into the chat. And yeah, I'm similar to E. I'm very long-winded. I'm finding it, I'm practicing making my videos shorter. I think my last 2 videos were like 6 or 7 minutes, more rants than anything. But usually when I actually find things I want to talk about, they're long. And just want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the 60 frames no lag. Y'all like the thing before we get off of here. Get the likes up as high as we can. That's about it.
Hey, I just want to say I'm not long-winded, okay? I'm just generous with my verbiage. I'm not long-winded at all.
Hey, there you go.
All right, and the final super chat from Jenna Hayes. Thank you for the super chat. She wanted to go out there and she'd be like, the racists will call South of Midnight woke. Of course, you know, she's out there.
They already are. They already are.
They already are. Well, you know, but it looks like a great game, so that's all that matters. But anyway, your only friend is YouTube Streets PorterRock77. Thank you, chat, for rocking out. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit the like button on your way out. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around, enjoy more content. I will publish even more videos during the week because I'm telling you, Xbox and PC communities on a rampage. I don't know why they got I don't know why PS5 Pro got these dudes wilding out. Listen, it's here. It's doing its thing, and it's only going to get better. And, you know, sorry that the only people enjoying it are PlayStation gamers. It's not our fault. Blame Microsoft. They're the ones that, you know, maybe the Switch 2, you know, there's rumors of Switch 2 being 4K 60. Yeah, okay. For $400. All right. On a handheld. Sure. Okay. 4K 60 in a handheld for $400. All right. And, yeah, and still make a profit because that's all right. Well, can't wait to see that one. But anyway, you guys take care. Your only friend is YouTube Streets. I'm out of here. Peace.